What happened was true. The most bizarre and brutal series of crimes in America. This is the movie that is just as real, just as close, just as terrifying as being there. Even if one of them survives, what will be left? The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. After you stop screaming, you'll start talking about it.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the ATI Podcast. We're in for a special edition. This time we've got back on the program Marcus Newstead of Fister, Path of Might, Daybringer, Bastard. Goddamn, Marcus. How many bands you in, sir?
Pastlifetiger, too.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Then me and Calvin and John Clark from Daybringer and Chris Moore from Fortunate Son got a band together now, too. That's going to be doing stuff soon, I think.
Hell yeah.
Next year, maybe.
Nice.
Love to hear that.
Yeah, and then I got a solo record I'm working on right now, too.
Hell yeah. Ooh. What type of stuff on the solo end?
Acoustic, but like going to probably put like a bunch of noise stuff under the acoustic.
Very cool.
No drums. No percussion, all just guitar.
Maybe like
stuff.
A solo Brodsky-ish?
No vocals at all.
No vocals?
Yeah, all instrumental.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I like that.
Very cool.
Daybringer tuning, down tuned, but like not like, it's melodic, but like there's no vocals. Some noise stuff, like electric guitar, some pedal work.
Very cool.
Yeah. I'm like, I've got like probably 20 minutes of that right now.
Hell yeah. Yeah, that's a bit
So
of
like
a change of pace to a degree, but not, there's some connective DNA there and other stuff that you do.
It's like Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, of course, we have Ridge Jackson back on the show as well. Ridge, how are we doing over there, sir?
Hello, I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah. Waxing On World. If you guys are following the ATI podcast, you probably know all about Ridge and his business, and we're going to get a little catch up with Ridge here at the end of the program and see what they got in store in the immediate future. Got a lot of fun stuff planned over there.
I have a ton of shit to talk about.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So many records recently. October has been insane with releases.
It's been nuts this month with new releases, I know, for me as well.
October was a sick month for shows always. Like,
good
shows would come through like St. Louis all the time back in the day, and like even like Farmington back in the day. October was a good time to tour. It's not too cold, not too hot.
Exactly.
Good
Ideal weather.
Road. Yeah.
Ideal music listening weather for me too, because hanging outside grilling or, like driving down the highway with the windows down, perfect temperature for that. And always love rocking that music, cranking it to 11 in those conditions.
Big time.
So tonight we're getting together to do a watch along. If you guys have stayed tuned with the show and what we did last year, we did an Exorcist watch along. We're going to do something very similar tonight. We're going to be celebrating the Texas Chainsaw Massacre for its 50th anniversary. It's wild to think that it's been 50 years of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I believe it actually came out on October 11th of 1974. So we're at literally 50 years old.
For a weekend of it existing in the real world.
Yeah, it is wild to to put it in that perspective, but
Can you imagine being some fucking square seeing that movie?
You know, there's so much
that long ago, like just
man.
some fucking like, oh man, I like saw, you know, I think I saw birds.
Yeah,
You know, I saw
the craziest movie
I
they
saw
saw before.
I saw North by Northwest.
Rear Window.
Yeah, I saw Rear Window. I know what horror is.
Yeah,
There's no possible way in the world that you could ever fathom that a fucking cannibalistic family from Texas
yes.
will destroy, and you're just some people. driving
Absolutely.
around.
Absolutely. Yes, this movie has done a lot for American culture, even just independent cinema. I mean, there's so many perspectives we could address tonight, but I felt it was pretty appropriate to actually kind of kick off the conversation. Just let's talk about like our first awareness of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, even if it wasn't, you know, our first time seeing the movie. You know, maybe we had heard about it at school or seen commercials, maybe caught it on TV because we're kind of at the age that at some point they probably showed this on, you know, cable television. Ridge, what are some of your early memories of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, or what first jumps out in your mind?
The first time I actually seen it when I was really young, but it was on like a date, and
Good date movie.
yeah, like an after school date kind of thing.
Good after school daytime date movie.
Lights on.
Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, let's watch this movie called Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Like I had never seen anything like that. Always loved horror and scary stuff, but I'd never seen anything as like realistic as that. Like that could happen. Yeah, it was just really opened me up to that side of like gruesome, awesome horror. One thing I'll always remember. I've never
How
been
about the
more
conditions
scared
in
of
which
like
you watched the movie? Would you remember that for any particular reason?
No comment.
All right. That's a little inside baseball. Marcus, how about for you?
So the first time I ever realized that it was a movie, I mean, I rented a lot of movies when I was a kid. Like that was a big part of like growing up, like going to Spitzmiller's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, we didn't do laundry there. We rented movies there. We got
Right.
groceries across the way there, and then we'd go over there. I would beg my mom, like, can I go over to some movies? Then the horror section was off over behind video games and shit, and like by the laundromat shit. So like there was this weird droning over there all the time, just of laundry shit going on. Oh, yeah. And like I remember like just being 6-7 years old looking at the tapes and stuff. And so I saw it like back in the day, but never like watched it. And then when I was probably like 12 or 13, I was at my grandma's house, and she had a satellite dish, and she had HBO, and that movie Summer School was on. There's that scene in Summer School where they're watching the Texas Chainsaw Massacre in that segment in the middle of it, and I was like, what the fuck movie is that? And then it was Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and I was like, so I didn't watch it for maybe a couple years after that too, but then I finally rented it from Blockbuster. Like,
nice.
Just I think maybe I was 14. Yeah. Like we were over at Farmington, like going to Walmart or something. And we went to begged to go to Blockbuster.
Right.
Rented that and like Vampire Hunter D and like
nice.
Fucking dude. Bad Lieutenant, I think maybe.
Harvey Keitel.
Yeah.
Oh god.
But no, like I just remember reading it and like because like watching it from that, it's like, oh, it's fucked up. Like
right.
And then I just watched it, and it was captivating. Like the sheer just idea of it scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
John Larroquette, the beginning of it, I knew it was John Larroquette too, which by the way, because I watched Cheers, or not Cheers, fucking Cheers, I'm an idiot. Night Court. I watched Night Court all the time.
Yeah.
And I knew that voice, and I was like, that's fucking John Larroquette. I knew it. And I called that out, and I remember like early days of the internet and looking it up, I was like, I knew it was John Larroquette. Felt pretty accomplished for that. But no, I loved it. Like scared the shit out of me. Like horror movies were, and then like again, like I would catch like I was lucky. Like when I was like 10 years old, my dad got us a satellite dish, so I got at HBO and shit. Like so, I got to, like a lot of like late night movies that would play
Game
in,
changer.
Like, crazy shit, like weird, like Night of the Living Dead. A lot of trauma movies too back in the day. I used to get subjected to, like out of nowhere. You know, just
Toxic Avengers, stuff like
that stuff. Yeah, and then like you know, just
Classic
even like
High.
Jeepers Creepers and like you know, the Scream movies and like Halloween, like all the new Halloweens, all the remakes of all that stuff.
Right. Like H2O and
Texas Chainsaw Massacre 4, like that one. Like, dude, that was the one that actually I saw that one like a week after I saw the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I was like, there's 4 of them, you know. And then I eventually went to see I've seen every single one that's ever come out because it's definitely my favorite by far. But yeah, that's like my initial like sort of thing. I was like, I saw that in summer school. I was like, what the fuck movie are they watching?
Yeah.
Dude swinging a chainsaw around. This is insane.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I can't ever not remember knowing about it. I don't know. My dad always watched horror movies when I was a kid, and especially like he just didn't give a shit if we were around. So like I definitely remember the first horror movie that I ever saw and knew I was watching something I shouldn't have been watching was actually the original Child's Play. Like I walked up behind my dad in the den, and he was sitting in his lazy boy recliner, just chilling out and just, stuffing his face. And I just walked up behind him real quiet and just stood there and watched it the whole time, So like basically from that point on, I was like, it was an obsession. It was this dragon I was trying to chase. Like I need to see the most fucked up thing that I can ever see on TV.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
I'm still like trying to scratch that itch.
My dad rented Nightmare on Elm Street 3 one time when I was a kid. Well, like when it was new and it came out. And I remember like that was the first tits I saw in movies.
Yeah, there you go.
I was like, whoa! And, like, and then like he like is in the bed and he turned and like killed her, like ate her out to death or whatever. I was like, that's horror movies. Like
that was another itch that
with
you
movies
had to
too, like with music and stuff, like the music in the movies too, like
for sure,
like just the kind of like the moods that it would draw. Like I remember being like really like not fazed by it like at all. I thought it was so cool. I rented Dawn of the Dead, like the original. I got way into like getting into like whenever I was able to start researching that shit and like becoming like into that kind of stuff. Now guys that I know nowadays, like the Grindhouse guy, Tree from Black and all those guys and all my friends that like go to haunted houses like every day of the week when it's not Halloween season, like those guys are so super hardcore, but I definitely like have like that sort of like feeling like I love watching those movies. Like I could watch I could watch fucking Poltergeist like every night of the week if I wanted.
Absolutely. Yeah. Just
makes it's a great way to like those movies just are special because like they devote so much time to like and then they cut it off and then it's not scary anymore. Making those movies like you gotta like make it and then it's not scary. Like
you just move on with your life.
It's really cool.
Horror movies always been attracted to outside of the fact of just like the wild shit that you see, of course, and chasing that dragon is just like it's kind of very quickly you escape like what's going on in your own life and like your own reality and you get to just kind of disinject, kind of reset in a way. I always like watching horror movies for that reason. So, but yeah, I think maybe my first awareness of Texas Chainsaw Massacre specifically was like probably one of those AMC countdown shows or TC Turner Classic Movies or something.
Oh yeah.
Where they were talking like most famous villains of all time or something to that effect. And
I remember
Leatherface always being on that list, and I was already familiar with like several other slashers and stuff at that point. I'd already seen H2O movie, and as far as newer slashers that were coming out, I was into the Scream phase.
I felt like I saw like the Halloweens and the Freddy movies and the Hellraiser and that kind of stuff. Like I feel like I saw those like just inadvertently, but never like it never registered. And like it's like, oh, I need to see the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Right. Yeah. So I would say I was probably close to about the same age as Marcus when I saw it. It was probably about around the age of 14 when I finally sat down and watched it. I was like,
same.
I can definitely see why this movie is important right away.
Yeah.
Consider the year that it came out. Last year, I feel like there might be a lot of crossover in the talk tonight too, but this has a lot of the same phenomenon, what The Exorcist did in 1973 for what you can show to the masses in a horrific way. This just the next year leveled it up in its own different way as well. So, and to actually think about, once we get into the stats and watch the movie, what actual violence plays out on the screen versus what your brain imagines.
Yeah, what it conjures.
Yeah, what it conjures with this movie is really what it does well.
Almost show you.
Yes, absolutely. If you guys have never done a watch along before or done one with us, that is, just kind of give you the idea of how it's going to work. So here in a moment, we're going to pull up Peacock in this occasion, not an official sponsor, by the way, but, at me if you want to throw me a few thousand while we're at it.
Come on, Peacock.
But, I just thought this would be the easiest accessibility for everybody just because it's on an on-demand service right now. But that being said,
if you don't already own it on DVD.
Right. That is if you don't already
pull it up on your phone and then crank up the DVD or Blu-ray that you maybe already have it if you're a fanatic.
Yes. As we do. We do our big physical media people here. So that's, of course, in part what Waxing
or Laserdisc if you're a total freak.
I think this is my only Steelbook.
Or VHS.
Is
Steelbook?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I believe it's the only
one. Blockbuster, actually, real quick, when Blockbuster was closing in Farmington, I almost stole that fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre from there on the video. Because, like, I had already, like, forgot to return a bunch of shit and, like, definitely tried to do the thing where I stole, like, put the wrong video game in the thing and then just didn't answer their letters.
Yeah.
And then, but then they were closing. I was like, dude, I might just fucking go in there and just rent Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but my name was Mud for sure at Blockbuster.
Right.
They would not. They wouldn't even take a rental for me by the end of it.
I can imagine a lot of my Blu-rays are Blockbuster collection.
Oh yeah, we used
I went
to
in there
go
and I
and raid
wiped them
that
out.
place.
Yeah.
I definitely did get something from Blockbuster before they closed. Though I went and bought this thing and I returned it, and I stole a thing on the way out.
Nice.
Pretty
Very
cool.
nice. Very nice.
A controller that I don't have anymore.
So the edition of Texas Chainsaw Massacre that is on Peacock is actually the 40th anniversary restoration. So if you have that copy in physical format, you're going to be watching the same movie as us. It's got the official runtime of an hour and 23 minutes. Whenever we get to the point that we're going to hit the play button, we'll let you know that, and we'll kind of give you some timestamps throughout the conversation. But we're just going to be hanging out, watching this. I thought it'd be fun to maybe mix in a little bit of a drinking game. There's a few drinking games out there for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This drinking game that we're playing, and we will actually publish that across our social media. So if you need a graphic of that or have some links in the episode details, we are going to drink every time somebody dies. We have to drink. Every time somebody gets in or out of the car, we're going to have to take a drink.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty...
Anytime the hitchhiker is mentioned, we're going to take a drink.
As the hitchhiker or just that person?
If it's said.
That guy was weird.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly. And then anyone talks about a foot, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. And then anyone says Franklin, we're going to have to take a drink.
Oh man.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I looked up. I looked that up actually.
Really? How many times it said?
I'm not going to say it. It's going to be fun. It'll be cool.
And then
It was beer shots, not like
right.
We'd be dead.
Yeah, no, there's no way we're going to.
No, we're just gonna.
If you can, props, hats off to you.
Yeah.
Hats off to you. And then we got to finish our drink at the dinner scene. The infamous dinner scene.
Oh yeah,
The drinking
yeah.
game
You got it in front of you. Heard.
So that's the last rule of the drinking game.
Gotcha.
So, we may even have to remind ourselves throughout this.
Well, if you got a cheat sheet in front of you, I'll follow your lead. I'll keep you on it. Oh, you keep me on it.
Yes. Well, we got it right here.
We got the space.
We'll try.
Well, we're gonna work on it.
This drinking game is going to be hard.
What's up?
Oh no, everything's good now. I was just trying to remember all the drinking rules.
Yeah, actually,
Someone
you're gonna have a minute.
Someone gets out of the car. Hitchhiker is mentioned or shows up. Anyone talks about foot.
Okay.
I don't remember that being a
Franklin. Thing. And then you have to finish whatever you're drinking at the dinner scene. So we got some time.
Yeah, we got some time.
On the dinner scene. So I estimate realistically, I'd think 3 beers each.
Oh, I'd say at least, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good measure.
3. What?
He thinks it'll be about 3 beers each that we'll go through.
Yeah,
on this.
That's my estimation.
This is yes. But
leisure shots leisurely in there.
Yeah,
for fun.
Okay,
I like that.
Okay,
I think anytime Leatherface shows up, a shot.
Fuck off with that.
You didn't see him until how
about the first time?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's okay. Good.
We can do that. We can do that.
And then 1 shot per revolution of the saw swing at the end.
Yeah. God damn. That's gonna fuck our worlds up, boys. All right.
You just do controlled chug
One thing I did not cover is the analytical part of this. That's very important. So we want to make sure we give our people their flowers before we get started. I had mentioned before that this came out on October 11th of 1974. As we record this, it is October 18th, I believe. And so we're literally just 1 week late of its 50th birthday. So very cool, very cool. 83 minutes long, we mentioned that earlier, as well as we got to give love to the director, Tobe Hooper. Mm-hmm. Tobe is a mastermind, a groundbreaker with this film in particular, but you may also know Poltergeist. Marcus mentioned that film earlier. Another very popular movie of his. Infamously, he actually did not want to direct Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Somebody else was directing it, but he had to kind of swoop in and finish that film as it was being made. So he does get the directing credit on that as well. Another thing that I think is really great that Tobe Hooper's done in his past is the Salem's Lot miniseries.
Oh, yeah.
The original from 1979. Very, very strong. And there's a new version of that out now as well, I think.
On Max.
And then I know some people don't look on this part of his career so fondly, but I actually liked his contributions to the Masters of Horror series. I don't know if you guys ever checked that out in the mid-2000s, HBO. Yeah. John Carpenter had some stuff.
Yeah.
Him and John Carpenter did Body Bags about 10 years before that or so as well. So they already had a working relationship. But there was some cool stuff in that Masters of Horror miniseries stuff.
Yeah.
It felt like he was climbing the ladder after doing Chainsaw because, all the stuff was measured up to that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's one of those situations where you knock it out of the park the first fucking time you do something. the first real serious endeavor.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of it, and like just the world that it's spawned since then.
I mean, this might be a hot take, but I kind of feel like a modern day example of that right now that we're seeing, and all of his movies are great to this date. This isn't a slam, but Jordan Peele, Get Out to me is the greatest movie of the last 20 years, probably.
The guy could very easily come up with something that could start a franchise.
Yes.
He's not a franchise guy as of right now.
Right.
People are saying there's some weird similarities that it could be all connected, but I don't really buy into that. But I think that like at some point that guy could definitely create something that could franchise out and become like his footprint.
Right.
You know, he already has like a voice. Having a voice before you get something like this is really important.
Yep.
As far as a filmmaker goes, I mean, because you're pigeonholed, like you're like like Scorsese with mob movies, like
right.
You know,
it's like what's your favorite Scorsese movie? Oh, it's the mob one. Well, which one?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
they all have a touch of that in some ways. Even Killers of the Flower Moon, like that was a fucking racket that was being ran against.
Oh,
the
that
Native
movie where there's
Americans.
murder.
Yeah.
And espionage and crime and justice happening.
Exactly. Exactly. He nailed that one.
Which one you talk about? With the Rolling Stones song? Which song?
Yes. There you go. The writers of this are also Tobe Hooper as well as Kim Hinkle. Kim Hinkle, basically his entire career is just kept like, marching to the beat of that drum. He knew his thing. Everything is Texas Chainsaw Massacre with him. Now, don't get me wrong, as you establish your universe, you always get writing credits in the future because they're characters that you made. Yeah. But he would actively actually be involved in making the further movie.
It was very much a two-man conception. I remember like whenever Kim Hinkle was like, he was like right there along with him. Like it was a two-man operation. Like those guys, like this one in particular, like,
yeah.
I just remember like watching. There was a VHS copy of it years ago after I'd watched it a bunch of times that had like All in the Family, or it had some
special feature,
some pun on the family thing, and it was like an extended version and had like interviews with everybody,
right,
and talked about that. This is like how like everyone worked together and like how much of a team effort it was, and tight knit crew. And
well, this is probably to this date was the most successful independent film of all time. Halloween would come out 5 years later and beat that technically. And then the budget on this movie gets a little wacky too, which we'll talk about here in a minute. The cast, we got to mention, of course, Marilyn Burns as Sally, probably the most iconic character that's remembered from the second to Leatherface himself.
I mean, being covered in blood's pretty iconic.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the first prominent final girls as well. So definitely wears that crown.
Made covered in blood pretty sexy.
Did.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Edwin Neal is the hitchhiker. Alan Danziger is Jerry. Paul A. Partain is Franklin. William Vale is Kirk. Terry McKinn is Pam. Jim Cito is the old man. Gunnar Hansen plays Leatherface. And John Dugan plays the grandfather. You just mentioned John Larroquette earlier. He is the narrator. He opens up the film. What's lovely about this is his payment for doing that voiceover was one marijuana joint.
Yes, joint, yeah.
Just one, I'll do it.
Just one.
Tobe Hooper's like a buddy of his. Like,
yeah.
That also is like cool as fuck. It's like, like how cool is that? It's like, my buddy's just making this slasher film in the 70s. How fucking, in the 1974, like, no big deal. I did this cool voiceover for it. That's the coolest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life.
Absolutely.
Like I've like played some gigs before for like beer.
Right.
But definitely. That's the coolest thing in the world.
Yeah. Oh, this trumps that without question.
Big time.
I mentioned earlier, it's kind of funny with this movie, a few different things. So it was distributed actually originally by the Bryanston Distributing Company. But it actually got founded for racketeering. It was actually like ran by the mafia.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And they were actually made Deep Throat in 1972 as well.
Oh, shit.
I didn't know that. Wow. Yeah. And
nice.
they were totally funded by the mafia. And so whenever they ended up getting busted, some of the investors had to pay to actually reimburse the cast and crew and stuff. The money shifted financially. I think the original budget it's estimated at $140,000, but I think the original budget was either 60 or 80, and then the difference to make that 140 is what they had to pay with rights to buy the movie back.
Yeah, rights, quote unquote. Yeah. They need to pay some some fucking coverage money.
Absolutely.
That's wild.
It's pretty fucked up and pretty wild. And I can't remember, definitely no movie that I've covered on this podcast.
The film in Texas at the time, too, in those small towns, I'm sure, paying off the local law enforcement and those rednecks, I'm sure, didn't let those
hippies do whatever they wanted.
Hey
guys, this is Barrett from the ATI Podcast. I got to interrupt here really quick. Just a little quick editorial note. We lost some audio briefly during the recording of this episode, so I'm just going to wrap up the news and notes section real quickly, and then we're going to get you on off to the watch-along transition. So we mentioned earlier that the film is distributed by New Line Cinema and the Bryanston Distributing Company as far as the credits that they receive. So here's more of the particulars on that. The film's original distributor was the Bryanston Distribution Company, which turned out to be a mafia front operated by Louis Pereno, also known as Butchie, who used the movie to launder profits he made from Deep Throat in 1972. In return, the production received only enough money to reimburse the investors and pay the cast and crew $405. The producers eventually discovered that Pereno had lied to them about the film's profits after he was arrested on obscenity charges when his role in Deep Throat was revealed. The cast and crew filed suit against him and were awarded $25,000 each. New Line Cinema, which obtained the rights to the film from the now bankrupt Bryanston, paid off the cast and crew as a portion of the purchase agreement. So I'm going to spout the budget a little bit more so here. So the budget is estimated at $140,000. Box office was almost $31 million. So at the time, it was the highest grossing independent film. Halloween would come along in 1978, just 4 years later, that is, and beat it. The film's original budget was $60,000. During the editing process, the filmmakers incurred many additional unaccounted for costs, somewhere in the ballpark of $80,000. So that's where we get our 140 figure. And they actually had to, it required them at the time to sell off some of the portions of their own ownership of the film and its royalties to get this film done. Reception, let's talk about that. Reception is 7.4 on IMDb currently, 84% on Rotten Tomatoes, 91% Metacritic rating, 86% of Google users like it. This has a 3.8 out of 5 on Letterboxd. So I'm going to throw it back to myself, Marcus, and Ridge, and we're going to get you transitioned over into the watch along. The only other thing I haven't mentioned is we start to wrap up the episode. At the end, we're going to do a little bit of a recap, so we'll let you know when that ends as well. You're going to have those timestamps throughout, so you shouldn't get lost with us. And so catch us on the other side of the break, and we're going to get to watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre. All right, folks, we're ready to start the watch along. So we are watching this on Peacock. This is the 40th anniversary edition of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So if you got a hard copy out there, we are watching the one and the same here tonight as we are recording. And so on Peacock, the meter bar is going to be at 00000. We are ready to start this thing. I am going to start playing in 3, 2, 1, play. All right, so we're going to be opening up with the Vortex credit and Hooper Productions. It's going to cut to a film by Toby Hooper here on the screen, so you know that we are syncopated right out the gate. We're at the 12-second, 13-second, 14-second mark. And we're going to get the voiceover here from John Larroquette, who is infamously paid by a joint to do this.
Yeah. By
his buddy Toby Hooper. What a payment. Iconic.
I've been paid weed many times.
Hey man, that's a good pay.
Franklin, take a drink.
Franklin's been mentioned in the open. So we got this drinking game going again. We're going to run through the rules here one more time. So if somebody dies, we got to take a drink. Get in or out of a car, got to take a drink. Hitchhiker is mentioned, got to take a drink. Or he shows up, got to take a drink. Anyone talks about a foot, you got to drink. And then anyone says Franklin, you got to take a drink. And we got to finish our drink when it comes to the dinner scene in the movie. Just to recap that.
On the foot part, like a
human foot.
A foot.
It just says
just like a
talks about a foot. Doesn't
okay.
matter.
Okay.
Any type.
Okay. Cool.
You've got a plan for this, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you hear them digging up. It's probably
graves,
the hitchhiker,
right? Well,
right?
we are to assume that they're digging up graves
assumed.
Because a big inspiration behind this movie is actually Ed Gein, and he
Do
actually
you think
only killed
Leatherface
2
was
people.
in part of this though, or was this plant just a hitchhiker? He seems more manic than Leatherface does. To me, The Leatherface is just like locked in a closet, like sitting back,
Oh boy, thank you.
Well,
moaning.
you're theorizing who's digging up the graves?
Yeah.
My guess, just for continuity and linear storytelling, is that this is the hitchhiker because eventually he's picked up.
Yeah, because he's going down the road.
Right.
Yeah.
Leatherface doesn't strike me as the type that gets out of the house much.
I don't think he's alone.
It took two bodies, though.
I believe it was him and the gas station attendant guy. The barbecue guy.
The chef.
I can't remember his name.
The cook.
Yeah, the cook. Like his actual name.
It's dripping, dude. Fresh, nasty bodies.
Just some strawberry.
It's like a Cannibal Corpse of fucking...
Yeah. Strawberry preserves.
Yeah.
Strawberry preserves forever.
I mean, honestly, like, a lot of death metal probably wouldn't have existed without this movie.
Oh, without
I
question.
mean, there's a lot of other ones. A lot of great ones.
No. Oh, dude, you nailed it. Like,
Yeah.
that's what that is. Dude, this is a death metal thing. Death Doom, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
We're approaching 3-minute mark now, and so we're at 3 minutes, 1 second, 2 seconds. And we've got the corpse impaled on top of a grave headstone here, and Marcus pointed out earlier that this is a full Nelson maneuver taking place.
There's two bodies, too, so it's at least two... so what do they do with the rest of the other corpse? You know?
That we don't know.
It's so fucked up, like,
and
to make that, like...
It doesn't look like it's so much impaled. It looks like it's put through
wrapped
the
around
pants,
it.
like the
Kinda
pants,
climbing it.
like coming up.
It's like fucking it, kind of.
So I don't understand how they did all of that.
That's to me, it's like it's fucking the cross. Like,
if you were involuntarily, something was shoved up your ass, are you not yet still impaled?
But it wasn't like on top of it, though. Yeah.
I just don't know if that guy or
it was more riding
had an ass, or if it was just a torso. I don't know.
Larry Carroll. I don't know why that name is funny to me. I don't know why.
So a signature of this film is the fact that it is shot in 16 millimeter. This is back to the comments that we've made up to this point. This is one of the more successful independent films of all time. To this point, it was the most successful. The 16 millimeter film actually adds to the graininess and the realness of this, and you're going to notice a few little production things throughout the movie where the film seems a little bit jumpy. Outside of just the 16 millimeter presentation, Tobe Hooper actually went through in the editing process and randomly cut frames out just to add that stark jump here and there to mess with the eyes and mess with the psyche of the viewer. So we've got a rodent in the middle of the road here now.
Oh, real quick.
4:57.
5 minutes.
A cool album to listen to while watching this is Altar by Sun and Boris.
Nice.
I know Ridge is a big fan of throwing the movie on, and especially if you've seen it, he's seen it previously and playing some music.
Time, dude. I love that.
Yeah, I do so much. I love it.
I can't encourage that behavior enough. Good time. So somebody got out of the car. We got a drink.
No.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Okay.
And somebody else is about to get out of the car.
Yeah, I think like 3 or 4 people.
Here we go again.
I think I know his name.
Hey, it's Franklin coming over to your house. Hey, it's Franklin coming over to play. Hey. Remember that little turtle?
Oh, I love that. I love that cartoon.
What's the movie with
Still Folgers
Michael
can.
Caine and
Inception?
No, it's like a dystopian movie where like nobody else is born.
Oh, Children of Men.
Yeah, Michael Caine's in it, right?
I love that.
So,
great movie.
There's a part in that movie. We used to watch that movie with Yobs.
Franklin has said.
Oh man,
Franklin takes a tumble. Hey, it's Franklin taking a tumble.
We used to watch that movie with Yobs. The Unreal Never Lived, front to back, with no movie audio, but that, and that's just a thing I just want to tell you guys about. That's it. No point other than that.
We're rocking the baby roof in the front pocket.
Dude, I got The Great Secession.
Dude, look how fucked up his arm is, man.
I know. Yeah, his arm's really
His
fucked up.
arm, dude, look how, dude, he's fucking hurting. Like, look at that. It's infected.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Look at that, dude. He's got MRSA.
Well, that's like because this is all like the heat, no air conditioning, no like just dirty,
no
Texas
Neosporin
conditions. Like,
not a chance. So we're at the 708, 709, 710, 11 mark.
Did the tomatoes rating go down since we started watching this? What the fuck?
I don't know. I think that, I mean, I Googled it this morning, so it's pretty fresh number. I'm sure that the interface.
How fucked up that van is and the one they pull up again. Yeah. Oh, yeah, here he is.
oh, I love this.
All right,
scene.
so we got the
Mr. Leahy.
Iron County infamous drunk.
God,
take a
dude.
drink.
Good Lord, somebody took out got out of that car.
She came out of the van hard, dude.
No,
Coming out hard.
No, technically
Something came out first, if you know what I'm saying.
Technically, there's 4 people getting out of the car right now. So that's 4 drinks.
Oh, believe me, the size of the drink I just took probably counted.
Well, then
I did take a pretty big drink.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I'm gonna take a couple more.
Come on, you crippled bastard.
Dad?
I see things. He grabbed her
I
pretty
do too.
aggressively. Stalking.
So this is just basically a group of hippies
This is like an
running
uncle
down to
of mine.
Texas to.
You see this super drunk dude, but like how clean shaven is that guy? Like he definitely shaved that morning.
I feel like a lot of alcoholics are pretty disciplined in their facial hair, though.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's all over the map.
I don't know. They have to work construction.
It's true.
Yeah.
Who farted? That's what.
I feel like that's something we routinely say in my house.
Franklin definitely farted.
Oh, Franklin did more than fart.
Piss pants, dude.
He at least
Shot
sharted.
There's no way he doesn't smell like wound and piss.
So my wife had never seen this movie before, and we actually watched this for the first time with her. That is last year, and
oh yeah,
she really did not like Franklin.
Dude, he got good, like sick Lars von Trier style animal footage in this movie.
Absolutely,
like that was like a
good
really like, good choice for him. Like this dude, this like don't fucking like
a cow drooling
ready
in
to get
the 120-degree
cattle.
heat.
Fuck yeah,
without question.
This movie is so good, dude.
But yeah, we were just constantly commenting on how much we hated Franklin in general. Like he just sucks, regardless of disability. So bad. He just brings the whole place down.
He didn't deserve to die, but he sucks.
Well, yeah, I mean,
nobody deserves to die by the hand of a cannibalistic Texas maniac.
Right.
But like he also sucks.
I wasn't that mad about it. In this
maybe smack him in the face a little bit. Like, hey, maybe like, hey, Franklin, get your fucking shit together.
Good old smacking to the autistic guy seems like a good solution.
Now, does he have actual
autistic people are awesome?
So we never know. Is he actually paralyzed, or is he just like
a
freaky furry kid that's just autistically in a wheelchair, like can't actually walk but won't do it because dude, he gets murdered. And then also you see him, dude, and also how emotional Dennis Hopper is in the second one when he's Franklin! He fucking
Dennis Hopper is something else.
Loses his mind, dude. The second one's my favorite one. This one's my favorite horror movie, but the second Texas Chainsaw Massacre is the best Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Chop Top is one of my...
I'm pretty fond of the Matthew McConaughey one.
I love that one, dude. Matthew McConaughey, I'm fucking crazy, boy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, do you, Franklin?
Oh wait.
All right, so the hitchhiker was picked up.
Oh, yeah, he's back up.
So 2 drinks.
Franklin was said, and the hitchhiker shows up and is mentioned. So we
okay.
I like it. It's good.
There's a lot of comparisons to things happen on here on screen to our hometown.
Also, psycho, hippie, cannibal, great teeth.
Yeah.
Chompers, dude.
Yeah.
Raw milk, man. I'm telling you.
Oh, God. Have you ever had it?
No, it
Raw
sounds
milk?
terrible.
It's horrible. I
I don't know.
tried
You
it.
get used to it.
We
Ghost
we
milk?
got like a pickle jar of it one time, and it was the most disgusting thing. I wanted to like
what do
just
you
throw
do?
it out
With
of
it?
my
You just
house.
drink it?
No, you have to like sift it.
Sieve it? Yeah. Fuck
it,
that.
It like ladle it.
Fuck
and,
that shit, dude.
Yeah, and it
We
was
ain't
just this-
cavemen no more.
It's curdly, gross, green,
I'll pay the Walton family to do that
tan
for me,
looking
man.
milk. Like no.
Look at this little fucking like beaver pouch. Like
I know. That's
I
obviously
love
made
it,
out
dude.
of
The
roadkill.
accessory is the best.
You guys know this is Adam Driver's dad, right?
For real?
No.
Okay. Cool.
No.
I
not
believed
really.
you for a second.
He looks like him. It's really good. You like it?
I like it. It's good.
This is totally like a little bubbly child skit from Instagram. Recommended follow.
Dude, Franklin's fucked up. Look at his arms.
It's like the pus running out of
To
it.
be honest with you, like
Christ,
his arms
dude.
look worse progressively. Like
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
he probably did multiple takes of that tumble, and like we saw the worst, like the least worst of it, really. And now we're seeing the effects of that. Speaking of which, the hitchhiker has a nasty ass sore on the side of his arm. That's quite questionable.
Hmm.
Never noticed that before.
It's just like, yeah, again, they're not driving. That fucking, they're whiting out that shit.
Yeah, it looks like they're whiting out
Yeah,
those.
why would, what where are
windows
they at
on
in
the-
heaven?
Ugh.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, this is really a scene that you could technically, with the proper lighting treatment, have
whenever
shot
I
any
was
time.
a kid, I never noticed that. But like as I got older, I was like, oh yeah, they whited out all the windows and just fucking filmed it. Yeah.
I think it adds a little bit to
Here you
it
go.
as well.
Oh, for sure.
Here you go. You opened
And
it,
now
you closed
Franklin
it.
is officially the second most sane person in this vehicle.
I have this knife.
I feel like
It's a good
we should get Baby Cruz to do this for Halloween.
Oh, man.
He could
I have
totally
this
play this
knife.
character.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so wild.
Speaking of old film, we're busting out the old ass camera.
Fallout camera, dude.
Yeah.
You scrap that camera for all kinds of shit.
You put a quarter inside that camera, it spits out a shitty condom.
Now that camera would be like $500.
Yeah, dude.
No shit. You know how many hipster kids I saw with those at Furnace Fest? They fucking started cranking on the
good
side of it, and I
house.
thought Beetlejuice was going to pop out the top. Bucky has some comments about this, apparently.
Oh, yeah.
What you think, Bucky?
What?
4 out of 5.
Yeah.
Bucky's letterbox. We're going to put that in the links.
Said, it said Franklin was the worst part. That's that. Without Franklin, 5.
Franklin kind of sucks. Like, he definitely is the worst part of the movie.
But
Honestly-
but it's necessary.
Look how dirty that fucking wheelchair is, man. See that shit?
Yeah.
You see that?
Tarnish.
That's like fried food and
Dude.
chocolate smears or.
I want to
He's,
know.
he's fucking filthy. He's a fucking infected, filthy pig.
I'd like to take a black light to that chair because I feel
Dude.
like Franklin be jizzing on that.
Dude, the makeup on the hitchhiker's face is cleaner than fucking Franklin's dirty, infected arms. He's got like MRSA arms, dude.
Yeah.
He's close to death, like in real life.
Well, the hitchhiker is bathed in the blood of the lamb.
We got 10
That's
more
true.
days of filming, then you'll get antibiotics.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, just like chill out, dude. You'll be fine. Just wash it with soap and water
Yep.
in this porta potty in 1974.
So to give a timestamp, we are at 16 minutes, 35 seconds, 36, 37. On screen now, we are seeing the hitchhiker About to smoke off of a foil. We call it the
Foilies.
Iron County Special.
Big time. Meth sandwiches.
Mm-hmm.
Got any meth sandwiches in there?
I'm put this
Rest
back
in
in there, and
peace,
then
skinnies.
yeah, I'm gonna cut the fuck out of Franklin.
Adam Driver's dad's
yeah.
gonna go across the street.
You're
not down
already
the road.
infected and cut. Let me cut you again.
I feel
All
like
right,
that
so
cut
somebody has gotten out of the
probably
car.
won't get
We got a drink.
infected.
Also, that dude didn't do shit. He was just sitting down. He didn't like leap at him to try like get him. But also, like, if he's wielding a weapon, do you get it?
Pop question: has
Well, he's
anybody
still
ever
just
jumped
like,
out of a
look.
moving vehicle?
Yes.
I fell off of the back of a truck.
I jumped out of a fucking moving car a couple times, actually.
Man,
Like, at what rate would you say?
The first time was like 15 miles an hour, and it was nothing.
Yeah, sure.
Second time was like 25 miles an hour, and I got really hurt.
Yeah,
But I was
25
trying to
doesn't sound like a lot, but yeah, it definitely makes a difference.
I was holding on to the edge, and I tried to jump out on a skateboard, and it did not work out.
Oh yeah, I forgot to like you. Well, whenever I was in school, I just kind of knew you as a skater
Yeah.
originally. Yeah, you skateboarded
I
a lot
definitely did a
back
lot of skating, like, and I definitely sketched a lot for fun on my
Yeah.
friends' cars. Did not end well.
then. All right,
Yeah.
so we're tending to the wounds thereof. We got
Yeah.
an American astrology book. Probably no articles in there from Carl Sagan at this point, 1974, but I would be curious to see what's in there.
Food pollution, shocking. What's it say? Shocking results of food pollution. Hippie propaganda. There he is,
I love this guy.
my boy.
I love him.
We got this
Look at
motherfucking
him.
villain from the Green
My
Lantern
boy,
here.
dude. That's my
Oh.
favorite guy right there. Look at him.
Pure happiness.
About to wash the fuck out of those windows half-assed.
You know, I really like
It's not nighttime.
No.
I really like this portrayal better than Peter Skarsgård's portrayal in the Green Lantern from 2011 with Ryan Reynolds. The leader is here.
Fucking Pennywise looks really fucking mellow in this.
Well, we've got some folks getting out of the vehicle. We got.
Oh, yeah.
Ah.
I'm drinkless right now, Marcus. I need you to beer me, my man.
Have you guys ever noticed all the butt shots in this?
Oh, there's lots of butt shots. I mean, it's
Yeah,
it's
because
tight.
there's sick butts.
Oh,
in
here
this
we go.
movie.
Yeah.
There's some sick hippie chick butts in this movie.
So Leahy and Randy are here to
Yeah, dude. It's like
10.
it's Louis C.K. It's like it's Mongoloid caveman Louis C.K.
Got fucking Simon and Garfunkel at the wheel. Garfunkel. Bridged over troubled water here.
Franklin, take a drink.
Oh, god damn it! All right, I'll do a shot actually. Franklin.
God damn it.
See, that's the fucked up thing. We've got Franklin the character, and then we have Franklin the place.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's where this fucks you. Yeah.
So it's still it's no matter what, the place or the person.
Yes.
Okay. All right. He loves what he's doing.
I mean, to be fair, Mr. Leahy is definitely laying the law here. He says don't go fooling around on other people's property. Like,
Yeah, I mean it's
they had their out.
He had their best interests in his mind. I'm not trying to murder any of you guys. He's like,
I can't believe that guy washing the car is married to Maggie Gyllenhaal. It's incredible.
No, I'm not done.
I missed a spot right here.
Dude, I keep belching so loud. I'm so sorry.
It's all good.
Yeah, here comes
Yeah.
the butt shots.
I like to have that.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
Dude, lots of
yeah,
butt
hell
shots.
yeah. Why not? It's the only sexy part of the movie.
Come on, man.
Yeah. And they keep cutting back to that.
You know,
We have two female roles in this whole fucking movie. Why did they make them too hot, dude? Also, if you look at it, it's like dude, like 100% hot chicks.
Yeah.
Whole movie. No other female roles
Yeah.
in this movie.
Quit tearing up the vehicle.
Fucking
you
asshole, dude. And, Franklin. By the way, Franklin.
Oh, yep.
Got to drink again.
Was that 2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I bet I got his blood inside me now.
I bet they got blood. Hey, I bet
now
they got blood.
We're blood brothers. Basically, I fellatiated him.
Louis out there just chilling.
Louis C.K. in the background.
Man, it's the sun up there. I just look up there some more.
You guys know Louis C.K. is Mexican?
Yeah.
That's so wild to me every time.
City, yeah.
What the fuck?
His dad is a native Mexican gentleman. Yeah.
He's a pale Latino.
Yeah.
I like the
Pale Tino.
Yeah.
how it almost looks like an original Game Boy up on the dashboard.
It does, actually.
Yeah.
This guy making the chicks get out of the van. Didn't get out of the van at all until the end.
I mean...
Get in there, chicks.
What was his purpose? To go to the back seat?
I've been sitting in here the whole time.
For Sally.
So
we
there's
gotta show off.
two different vans throughout the production of this movie.
Come on, dude. Yeah, don't know what they got, dude.
Absolutely.
Blue still sky gazing.
There's two different vans throughout the production of this movie, and they've only got so many vehicles for this low budget. So there's two overall. They actually switched back and forth on these vans because, based on need, they actually needed a van to carry all the equipment as well. So you're going to see some weird continuity with the van situation, I believe, at some point. Something to look out for. Fronted by the mafia.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of the low budget stuff back in the 70s was like a lot of that stuff, like to get it put forward, you had to have some shady connections.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Especially something fringe like this.
Oh, yeah.
You got to think, 1974. Has any movie ever come out like Texas Chainsaw Massacre to the masses at this point?
No.
Probably not.
Not like this.
No.
What would be, I mean, first couple movies that jump out at my mind of controversy level would be like The Exorcist or Rosemary's Baby. I'm sure I'm probably overlooking something.
Yeah, but I feel like
Sallow.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre is...
Salo's post this, I believe.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's
this
right.
is 74, I think Salo's.
That kind of stuff, though, like just like push the envelope
Sure.
kind of stuff.
Oh, absolutely. We're at the 24, 47, 48, 49 mark. The van has just pulled up to a place.
Oh, four.
And we've got two people out right now.
Oh, shit.
We just might as well drink four because it's coming out.
Okay.
Oh, God.
I'm not
2507.
I'm not mad about that.
Not at all.
Franklin's
I
sucking
always thought
on
that
a
was a cigar
baby
when I
dick.
was a kid.
No, dude, just a fucking piece of meat, dude. He's munching.
Myself as a kid, I'd never thought that somebody would just like hang a sausage out of their mouth forever.
So we get a blood mark on the side of the van, and that is, of course, from the hitchhiker earlier. And Franklin has found himself fascinated with this.
Well,
Get
no.
rid of that thing.
Didn't eat it at all. Just sucked on it. Fucking weird.
He's
So
a horrible
I think we're to
person.
assume that this
Who
is a
does
barbecue
that?
sausage, right? Because they stopped at a barbecue gas station.
Ugh, that makes
It's a
it
smoked
worse.
sausage.
Give me a piece
Well, that's
of
my
sucking
point.
meat.
That's the picture I'm
like
trying
a
to
jerky
paint here.
would be okay. I
Yeah.
would be like, that is gross, but it's okay.
Hey, you want
but-
some smoked gas station
Yeah.
sausage?
Yeah,
Meanwhile, took me down to the smoked gas station sausage where I saw Uncle Peter
I was gonna lick on some
had
meat
a little
for
marinated
bit.
sausage in the back freezer.
Man, it's
Pull
hot.
that right on out. Lord.
Man, it's beyond room temperature right now.
Speaking of hot, a lot of this was 120-degree weather inside the house and long shots, long working days.
I heard the
7
rib
days a
at the
week.
end, the all the guts they get were rotting and shit like in
Absolutely.
real time, and like people were getting really sick and like, oh, look at all them fucking spiders.
Granddaddy Longleg nest,
That's
right?
a good sign. in my
Real
opinion,
movie.
But
Yep, absolutely love it.
they eat the bad spiders, and they're okay.
I do keep them around, and I'm always disappointed to find them on glue traps in my house. 26, 58, 59, 27 minutes.
I'm still sucking on that sausage.
God damn. Sucking on it like a...
Come on! Dude, this part where he's like...
I didn't even have to say nothing. He's over here losing his shit.
Look how terrible and
Pizza night in the
flimsy
Lewis
that fucking
household.
wheelchair is, man. Terrible. It's like the
Lord.
worst wheelchair. Spit his food out.
Lord.
Sally!
27, 30, 31.
Sally!
Franklin's rolling in to the abandoned mansion looking for Sally.
You couldn't laugh about a few parts of this movie, but this is the part you should laugh at.
I agree. That's
Sally!
really acceptable.
Sally! Sally and all the raspberries.
28 minutes.
Making his lips wet. Just, dude, it's so fucking funny.
A lot of cool stuff with the soundtrack
Oh,
is
yeah,
that there's no real music going on. They're using
No.
the sounds of laughing animals throughout this, some experimental approaches, not
Dude,
a lot of real music.
He's
But
got to
that's
roll
still his
around
music.
this
It's beautiful.
dirty
It's
old
awesome.
house.
Hey, what's the ADA compliance on that threshold?
Imagine the frustration.
Took me a second. Oh, man.
Franklin's shirt is so
much.
Dude, it bums me out
my
so
God, I
bad.
hate it.
His wet face.
just jack off,
His
dude.
whole
Get
wet.
over it.
Yeah, his whole wet. Yeah. Dude is like but also you gotta think about it. Like his sister and the three other hippies that they're with are like just trying to find a place to have an orgy.
Yeah.
And they gotta bring their invalid fucking companion along.
Yeah.
And where are you gonna find a place to fuck with another couple? With your guy in a wheelchair along. It's the 70s.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we can't do it up here. Oh, Franklin's down here. He's cock blocking everybody.
Like literally
300%.
repeatedly throughout this movie, like Franklin is listed as an invalid or referred to as an
Oh,
invalid.
dude, invalids
In
is
the
the
marketing,
worst.
like that is the word at the
horrible.
time.
It's
but
so
it, like
terrible.
it lumps in. Well, I feel like the need to mention like
You're
what it means
invalid.
because
Yeah.
exactly. Like people may not have ever heard that term before because it's so
I
outdated,
love that
antiquated,
pile.
and it's just
Nice
literally
pile. Ooh, good pile.
yeah.
Good pile. Artistic pile.
Yeah.
Freak. So this is right here, like the first part of the movie where you get an idea of like how like deep that too. Like that's like ritualistic. That makes them.
I mean,
depth
right now think
to the madness. That's not even their
Blair
house.
Witch Project.
Yeah.
Think that
Yeah.
Blair Witch Project.
But like
You know, that there's so much imagery that this would go to sow the seeds for future
that makes
movies.
you think it's like, hey, these people are fucking killing people and like making art out of their bones because they're fucking cavemen.
There's some
or
deep
whatever.
level shit going
Yeah.
on here. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
If I can real quick say something.
About invalids?
Oh no! Today I was talking to my wife. I was like, "Oh, I found out about this Church of Bones, and it's like this Roman Catholic like church. Like it's insane. Like we should like go and see that someday." And the kids were around, and like my son was like, "What is it?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's this church, man. Out of like." I think it's like 40 to like 70,000.
Oh, dude,
bones
yeah,
and stuff
the
like
Czech
that.
Republic.
Yeah.
I've
That's what
been
he said.
there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
But he was like, oh yeah, Dad
Kunahora.
is stoked about that. Now I want to go there, and he just
The
kept,
Sedlak ossuary in Kulahora.
he kept telling my wife like, I want to go to the Church of Bones. Let's go to the Church of Bones.
The Bone Church, man.
He's gonna be like going to
Get your
the
bone
school,
on.
being like, I want to go to the Church of Bones.
Don't they have like a sign up in there that says like "Leave the bones, please" or something
Don't
like
touch
that?
them.
Like, yeah, don't
Don't
touch them.
touch.
Okay.
It's a federal offense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. It's beautiful.
I've known several people that's been there.
I couldn't imagine seeing that in real life.
31, 48, 49, 50 on the screen.
They're just running towards a random farm. What the fuck do you think was going to happen anyways?
Just roll up on somebody's property in the country.
Good morning.
I will say, like, one of the more beautiful moments in this movie is right now. Like, they're just strutting ass through, like, a sunflower patch. It's like...
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, like, that's a good day right there for me.
Just like, oh, cool.
I feel like I don't know. It was okay to do this back in that time.
He's fucking their shit.
Oh, yeah, for sure, man.
Now
Think about all the shit you did in the 90s as a kid, like people's property you probably went on to and shit. You got away with.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is 20 years before that, so yeah, this was probably kosher.
But
now you would get your head blasted.
That.
That's fair.
I knew better. Dude, there was only one Texas Chainsaw Massacre style house in Iron County, and I cannot remember where it's at now.
Was it in Fiji?
Is it the
Blacktop?
Did you say Fiji?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where they dug that horse or drugged that horse. They drug.
I know, dude.
I was just
to call out.
Yeah, just calling it out. So everybody at home knows.
Dude, I had to fucking explain Fiji Island to my girlfriend. Like,
it's across the railroad tracks. That's all you need to know.
It's on the wrong side of the railroad tracks.
But no, it stops before the bridge by Casey's. Like, that's not Fiji Island. Like, Fiji Island stops before all that. Like,
once you've gone past Little Tykes, you done fucked up.
Yeah,
that's God's country.
Brown shoe.
Yeah, the old brown shoe.
And when they had the God and the KFC sign at the antique place in Fiji.
Yeah. God, what's the fucking called?
Plunder Palace.
Plunder Palace, yeah.
Yeah.
As a
American
kid
Pickers
driving by that on
They
the bus,
fucked it up.
I was just waiting for them to put a versus sign between the KFC and the God.
So we just found a tooth on the porch. We had to
Well,
mention.
the madness
Oh,
happens mainly in the back half of it.
Right.
Yes.
Like, it's like, oh God, it's a tooth.
We're at the 30. We're almost at the 35-minute mark.
Yeah, the
and
movie's almost.
What has happened
almost half
so
over.
far? What has
Like-
happened so far? Really, nothing too much. But it's
Dude, they
moved so
just
quickly.
terrorized Marilyn Burns for a long time.
Yep.
34, 33. 37,
I think we
38,
missed when
39.
they got out of the car here.
No, we can't.
Someone
We
drunk
drink.
anyway.
We got-
Yeah,
But yeah, I'll drink
we
for all of
definitely-
us.
I mean, like, we need to drink for any other reason. But
Yeah.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're drinking. That's happening.
Yep.
34,
I'm sure somebody is home.
57,
that.
58, 59. On
Dude, the
seconds.
background. That dude. Oh shit.
Love that.
Oh, now we're getting a peep into the bone
What is
collection.
this? A fucking tattoo parlor?
Basically.
A curiosity shop on Cherokee Street? Nope.
Oddities.
He's gonna hit
On
your ass
Discovery
in the
Channel.
head with a hammer. Dude, the best.
Oh,
Hey!
This is where it
Hey,
levels up. So
boom!
Leatherface on
How you
screen.
doing?
Let's have a drink.
Oh, shot, Leatherface. Shot.
oh
All right, so we have a shot here.
Hold on.
Here we go.
We gotta
I already did mine.
tee it up. Oh Lord.
This terrified me. That
Dude.
fucking door. That fucking door. Mm.
Cameron Kirk just fucked it up.
We have another butt
The
shot.
smack and the
Ridge, you make a valid point here. Every time
the
a chick
low
in the back-
octave, dude. It's a
From
fucking
the back,
dude,
we got the booty shots.
Oh.
dude,
Every
sexy as
time
fuck, dude.
with the chicks.
But
man.
yeah, that
Dude.
terrified me. That door, like closing that.
Hey, Toby.
He's like angrily closing the door. Oh my god, scary as fuck, dude.
All
Yeah,
right.
that's what the first time
36,
like
17.
seeing that in a basement, like
20, 21.
a dark
20.
basement in the
shit.
daylight. It was fantastic.
You're next, bitch. About to get hooked up.
36,
Sweaty
38,
Texas.
39, 40.
Man, it stinks in here.
36:49. We hear the
Exploring the
generator
house.
running in the background. This is one of the other few sound effects that you hear throughout the movie, but this is where you fall into the boneyard. So we have to mention the fact that this is heavily inspired by Ed Gein, the murders that he committed in the 50s. He only killed 2 people officially that they know of, but he dug up graves
Like to play
and
with the dead.
modified bodies and used bones, made furniture. So that's a huge inspiration of this movie. Secondly, just like the overall like commercialism and shit in America and obsession with holiday shopping, Toby Hooper was literally at the store around the holidays, and just the mass panic that was taking place was a huge inspiration for this, and he just like wanted to like capture that pandemonium on screen. So we've got the bone couch. This is the sickest couch. Like,
I love that couch.
if we ever have a practice space again, Rich, like
Yeah.
that needs to be the couch. That's mandatory.
We could do that.
You got to chill for that.
I got some. I got
So,
some
like,
bones.
having all these animal bones around, right?
Right.
Then seeing a human hand and a baby head, that's not a fucking full-grown human head. That's a baby head.
Right.
Twirling there.
Yeah.
Live chicken and the fucking dude, just piles of bones.
And this was all real too.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything was
practical. It was beyond practical.
Yeah.
It was
It's
real
called
fucking
reality.
life, dude.
Yeah. Like all the dead animals were
Medical
donated
shit,
from the
like-
local veterinarian.
Toby Hooper went to a lot of, like, I think, like, hospitals and fucking colleges to get, like,
Yeah.
Yes.
Even in that jaw, you could see like fillings
yeah.
in the teeth.
Yep. Fuck yeah, she's throwing up. Fuck yeah,
Well,
you
who
throw up.
wouldn't?
You're laying on a
Yeah.
fucking...
Just
Bed
a
of bird
bed
shit,
of-
feathers. Carburetor. Hey, there's that Cadillac converter that they cut off one of my tenants' cars.
Yeah.
Leatherface
Dude,
again.
some fucking just bad.
Oh man.
He
German-
puts a tie on. He's so professional.
Waist lock.
I got you, bitch. Don't worry.
Doors being terrifying.
Dude, you're being carried.
Gunnar Hansen is 6'4", I think, is his official billing. And he wore 3-inch heels, so he was
Fuck
6'7"
you.
in this.
On the hook.
He put the old baby hook on the hook.
Oh.
My back hurts right now.
And he forgets about her. He's just like, yep, you're there.
And wasn't there like a reason like he didn't do the hook through the front because he wanted to get like a lower rating, like a
Most of this is he wanted to leave to the viewer's imagination the atrocities. He actually,
Right,
Toby
okay.
Hooper wanted to actually, well, this is rumor.
yeah.
He wanted to have a PG cut of this
rating.
film.
That's what
But I've
always
also seen
heard.
contradictory stuff to that, where
Okay.
later, years down the road, people have said that that's bullshit.
Nice.
people
Yeah, I
involved in the
couldn't
film.
have ever imagined.
There was
that-
never a consideration for that.
Dude,
PG.
also,
yeah.
she hung on the hook for a minute. She was like, what?
Yeah.
Then started screaming again. Like, took a breath, like, oh, ow!
Oh no, I've never been hung on a hook.
Me too. I was literally about to.
Yeah.
Baby don't mean anything.
God, I fucking hate him so much.
Maryland. Woo.
Put your fucking boards back up there and get in there, Franklin. Fucking bitch.
Franklin, take a drink.
Oh, yeah.
Marilyn Burns. God damn. Hello.
Mm.
Did you guys see the 2022 Texas Chainsaw Massacre film on Netflix?
Was
It
that
was
the
awesome.
Leatherface?
So,
Yeah.
I'm not like...
Literally.
So
yeah, I liked it.
It was, okay, so...
I know Kenny was a fan because that was
It was
something he and I
very, like,
discussed on
sort
Facebook.
of, like, poking fun at, like, woke culture.
It was,
And
yeah.
killing them, right?
Yeah.
Definitely. And I didn't
But
hate
the
that part
premise
of
of the movie is fucking sick. This weird social media company comes in, buys the town. They go to the orphanage and like, oh hey, by the way, this guy is like still here. He's a piece
Yeah.
of shit. Like, get him out of here. Leatherface comes back to town, kills the whole bus. Pretty sick.
Fucking sick.
Yeah. Saw Terrifier 3 the other night.
Oh, what'd you
Southern
think?
Ridge. I haven't seen it yet, so no spoilers.
It's gross, man.
Yeah.
It's what it is. It's what it should be.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
It's fantastic.
There's a place for
That's
that.
what it was.
Yeah, it's gross.
Rats, man.
That dude wants to make gross movies.
I'm okay with
He's
that.
accomplishing that big time.
Sally.
Marilyn Burns.
Marilyn, what you doing over there with them tanks?
Dude, telling you.
God damn.
Telling you all about it, man.
Directing
Tell you
traffic.
about it.
Gunnar Hansen hated Paul A. Martin, who played Franklin, because he was a character actor on the set the whole
Yeah,
time.
dude, he was a bitch.
What a bitch. And they actually didn't like rekindle up until like even I think like the 2010s approximately. So they've been friends ever up until I believe Paul had passed.
What other movies did Franklin do?
Hey, it's Franklin.
Hey,
Coming over to your
Nothing
house.
because he wouldn't escape this
Hey,
character.
It's Franklin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
What
He played that little gay turtle on PBS.
No, what's funny? What are you talking? Said gay turtle on PBS? What?
You never saw Franklin?
No, dude, what are you talking about, man? I don't know that. What are you?
Oh, buddy.
You sang that a couple times, but I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Have you seen Franklin? Oh, man.
What's funny is Marcus is only like 2.5 or 3 years older than me, but he was like
I'm
5
40
grades
years
ahead.
old, man.
But you were 5 grades ahead of me.
Yeah,
That's
no,
the weird
how?
thing.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm like 3
I was
years
late to
younger
for
than
my
you.
grade, and I think you were early for
4.
yours.
I graduated in 2002.
Yes, I graduated in 2006, but I'm 37 and you're 40, so we're only 3 years apart.
That's weird.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
that's what we're
fucked up.
for. Yeah.
Franklin.
Yeah. Franklin cartoon. Let me show you this shit, dude. It's about to
This
fuck
is
you
kind of
up.
blowing my mind, dude.
Dude, it's fantastic.
It's a gay turtle.
I mean, he was in the Scouts, and so was I, so I know something about the Scouts.
Dude, I don't know what that is, dude.
It was a big book series
I know about
before
Arthur.
the TV.
Like,
It was literally
On the line
programmed with Arthur, back-to-back
Oh, wait,
blocks.
here we
is it
go.
the same show or like?
Almost, yeah. As far as premise and like,
No, dude.
like, yeah, heartfelt bullshit happening. Yeah.
That's
I
awesome.
mean, I don't think Franklin had sex with his sister like ours did. Rich, you can't even laugh right now.
No, I'm just thinking about, like, I never knocked on a door at a house in the middle of nowhere and
Yeah.
stuck around that long.
Hey.
Like,
Boom, boom, boom.
Hey, bitch,
Chainsaw.
what's that smell like?
Fuck you. Hey, quit playing games. Who you are in there?
I go to a lot of properties of out in the middle of nowhere,
Yeah.
and yeah, knock, knock, nobody there, I go.
Yeah, get the fuck out.
No, something weird's gonna happen. Don't go in there.
Gunnar Hansen, who plays Leatherface, a lot of people never actually saw him until he showed up on set, even on various days,
Yeah.
as Leatherface. So, like, a lot of this reactions that you're seeing are actually pretty genuine to some extent.
Yeah.
So that's something to keep in mind, too, as you're watching the film. Also, notice the differences between masks being changed out on Leatherface. Leatherface is a little bit more of a complex character versus what you look at topically. There's different
there was-
masks.
A lot of costume changes.
There's some costume changes.
Yeah,
and
he
it's
like
to present different
transforms
personalities.
like throughout the movie. That's the thing that like I think people don't.
Oh, body in the freezer.
Oh yeah,
I love
Hello.
it.
Oh
Right
yeah.
off the hook. Love
Yeah,
it.
sledgehammer.
Meat mallet. Meat
Yeah.
mallet, right?
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, the slam.
Which is brutal.
The slam. Like.
Oh no,
in
Leatherface
there.
came in, so a drink, right?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure we missed something somewhere. As many times as I sang Franklin, we had to drink. Right.
What a character! Like you look at this guy, like
So right now, I believe this mask that he's wearing is characterized in the Pantheon as the killing mask.
Yeah, the killing mask. Yeah.
Yeah.
He has his dining mask, his killing mask, and his like worship mask.
Yeah, pretty woman mask.
Yeah,
That's the worship.
dude.
mask.
Yeah, right there.
These teeth,
the fucked up teeth.
These
like,
prosthetic teeth were made by his own personal dentist. Like,
Oh, yeah.
think
Which
of
is badass.
like
That's
today, that
awesome.
would never happen.
Right.
He'd have to be SAG-AFTRA,
big time.
you know, right?
He is
I mean, he is now.
probably yeah.
Yeah, without question.
As he should be.
For real.
Workers of the world unite! Woo! Woo! This is a pro-union podcast. I know it is.
Absolutely.
I know
Come
it
on.
is.
Definitely.
I know it is.
Hell yeah.
Franklin sitting in front of the van, anti-union. Fuck you, Franklin.
Yeah, Franklin's
Fuck off,
collecting,
Franklin.
man.
I got-
he's Franklin is right. To
I got
work.
2 words for you.
Franklin,
Suck it.
Franklin is right to work.
Yep.
He's a crippled bitch, and he deserves to die.
I feel like Franklin would be a QAnon member.
I feel like Franklin would definitely be a keyboard warrior, for sure.
I think
At the very
Franklin
least.
can actually walk.
Oh, dude, he fucking moonwalked.
I feel like this is not a Lebowski, like,
Yeah.
fucking gold brigging.
I love that.
Toby really just like stretched him out just to just be on top, like annoying.
Yeah. Give him the flashlight. You
God
kidding?
damn, Marilyn.
You kidding me?
Her flashlights are on too. God damn. Midnight. What's up?
Full battery, man.
It's the
Marilyn
hottest
Burns.
member and the dumbest piece of shit. Or the last
Contrast
people left
right
alive.
now. I wish I was Tony, but I can't be.
Wish I was Tony.
Could you imagine shooting this shit for 16 hours a day for, 7 days a week in 100-degree weather at least?
Same
and 80
clothes.
degrees at night? Same clothes?
Same clothes. Like there was no
Yeah.
spares.
God plays the other face is just like chilling out in the fucking shadows, doing coke, just fucking.
Yeah.
Well, the coke
Nope.
part sounds nice.
Oh yeah. I mean, he's pissed off. He's like, I gotta fucking deal with this idiot in the fucking fake wheelchair. Fuck this guy.
Sally, they took
Give me the
keys.
keys. Oh no, the keys. Let's honk the horn out in the middle of the woods.
What would you ever accomplish by honking the horn?
Guess what, man? It's Leatherface.
I don't know if
Woods
it's
time.
because it's a van and it's
Dude, 'cause that-
Texas,
that-
but this
dude,
is
that-
totally has X vibes right now.
Dude,
Actually,
Yeah.
Leatherface has been dispatched into the woods now. He is ready to fucking murder. It's like one of those like Fallout 3 encounter encounter moments. It's like if you do this, they're coming after you. It's like, oh
Right.
shit. Dude, here comes Leatherface, you dumbasses.
You're not going
Take my
anywhere.
nipples and my cool butt out of here.
I'm gonna take my hot ass right over here, just a little out of
Sally,
the
I'm
frame,
coming with you.
but I'm gonna roll right in because I'm the Captain Buzzkill. Here I come. Here I come, Sally, with my little bubblegum dick. Because I have to piss in a Folgers can.
Dude, she's just like,
He
man,
probably has
fuck
a
you,
hog,
dude.
He ain't got no fucking hog. You
He's
saw him
probably
using the
got a
Folgers
hog.
can. If he had a hog, dude, he would not need the Folgers can to piss from his seat.
Okay, true.
I mean-
okay, never mind.
Dude,
I
he had a
retract
hog.
that.
Dude, if he had a hog,
Retract
he's
it.
From a
fucking
man
ground.
with a little hog. I'm an expert on these situations.
Okay, I retract my statement. God, I hate this scene.
Okay, so they're going through these briars and brush, and you know that they're getting cut the fuck up.
Yeah, it's like
Everything that's
thorns.
happening with Marilyn Burns, as far as like the lacerations that she gets and
Dude,
the blood on her
he's
shirt, is
being
real.
very bad with a flashlight.
Mhm.
Like,
Definitely.
like,
His daddy never made him hold the flashlight in the middle
but
of the
God
night. I
bless
can tell you
Sally
that.
for like being
No,
like
he needed
not
his ass
rating him
beat.
for like, hey, you're terrible with a flashlight, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Sally technically had plenty of light with them. Oh, she had her headlights on, if you know what I'm saying.
Drink to
51,
it.
26,
Drink to it?
we'll
Yeah, I
drink to
think
that.
so. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
drink to it. Mm.
Jeff Buckley came in here and
I'm
sang
doing it wrong.
hallelujah
I
to
keep
that.
like casually drinking between the drinks, so probably not
Is
the
that
best.
wrong or is it right? I don't know. But
It's
at this
probably
point,
right,
I
but I'm
think
almost out of beer, so.
No, you're not.
we got beers. There's plenty of beer here.
No, you're not.
Come on,
So
Sally.
I mentioned earlier how
what
controversial.
an awesome
Like
character.
she's, especially since I rewatched this film recently. For me to rewatch a film in a year is great because my retention's pretty decent. I feel like, but she's like up there.
No!
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
Get him.
Final Girls. She's up there though.
Jesus.
Yeah, we've got Leatherface.
Top
just-
cut, center cut,
Yeah.
Just
center cut.
yes. I think everyone that has ever watched this movie screamed in joy when Franklin got chopped up.
Yeah, that's the most satisfactory death in a movie.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
sorry. Maybe that's just me, but
But the third act of this movie is just her getting terrorized.
Yeah,
like,
which basically starts here.
and then her running through all this.
I mean, gentlemen,
So,
we've got like 30 minutes left. on
modern
this.
horror movies will take this third act and draw it out so much longer.
Without
like,
question.
Well, this was like the mold for everything.
You don't need, dude. A modern horror movie does not need more than this. He's cutting brush, dude. Look at him. Just get him.
I will say this comment very quickly, and that is that this beat-wise, especially runtime, as far as how it gets into the shit and quickly and moves, the pacing. I just covered The Guest from 2014,
Yeah.
Dan Stevens, and there is a lot of similar rhythmic beats as far as the pacing on this movie,
Yeah.
which is kind of crazy because it seems like a left field comment, but definitely within the ballpark. And that was not intentional this year in choosing The Guest. We had The Guest for his 10-year reunion as well this season.
Hell yeah.
Covered with Doug Wicker, my boy. Check that out. It's out there now.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
How many times do you think this has been sampled in a death metal demo?
Oh, God. I couldn't even begin to suspect. I'm not even going to.
Over or under 100?
Has to be over 100. And how many of times have I heard it versus... Let's talk about how many bands that aren't even on streaming nowadays, too.
Yeah.
Like the
Well, I mean,
accessibility of
yeah, I
streaming,
mean, like,
before that,
All throughout the
obscurity.
times. Yeah.
You know, it just plays to the point that you're trying to make.
I feel like a lot of earlier than later, but... Oh, here we come.
I'm going to have to say, like, one thing that was great about Toby was, like, the collaborative approach that he had to everything. Even the Leatherface character, you know, he took input from the actor and,
Yeah.
you know, make sure that any communication is inaudible, indistinguishable, but show expression. Like, that was just like the parameters that were painted for him. It's like draw
This right here is
between the
important
lines.
too. Look at this. Like,
Absolutely.
So like you see this right here, like this is an innocuous, like that's a corpse.
Yep.
Right.
55, 21, 22, 23 on the timestamp.
That's a corpse. She's like, and then she sees the other guy who is also kind of a corpse, but not a corpse. They bring his ass back down there.
Grandpa is the.
This is
infamous
just like
character.
straight madness. Like this isn't even like. This is not like regularly psychological kind of stuff. This is surreal beyond, dude. Yeah, she would rather jump out of a window.
Funny thing on this, so this is one of the few places that they actually used a stunt actor to go out the window.
Yeah.
So she actually injured herself, Marilyn did, when she did the cut to scene on landing on the ground. So she did not go out the window. She just did a cut to scene of her just like jumping off the ground onto the ground onto the ground.
And also,
And still got
this
hurt.
time-
and hurt herself.
a lot of movies this time in place, like they would do like very harsh cuts. You get a lot of one shots, a lot of like really cool like one. Yeah, dude. Yeah, again.
I love the spacing. This is very somewhat symmetrical.
Back out into the woods,
just off to the
oh,
left.
okay.
Mhm.
Marilyn, we can tell the strides by the the shirt manipulation.
The chainsaw noise is going for a long fucking time in this movie.
It's like a hybrid chainsaw, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, so the thing of this that's very funny as well is Gunner was such a fast runner still yet in costume on 3-inch heels that he kept catching up to her, to Marilyn. So he had to do some shit to kill some time, and they were trying to make best use of time and the shooting sequence here. So you're going to see him do some shit. Like, I remember watching this and thinking, why the fuck is he fucking around and
Like,
swirling
dances
around about
and
some shit? He literally had to improv on the spot and kill that time so that she could get back ahead of him on the shot in real time, make best use of time, lighting, so on and so forth, circumstance. Like, this is very impressive to know that this is basically, you're watching improv. Like,
Yeah,
I'm a big
they're
fan of
walking in
comedy
circles, man.
improv.
They're doing circles. They're walking in circles, like running in circles, like
Yep.
great shots of her face, like
Incredible.
to the barbecue shack. Yep.
So this somewhat has a circular resolve here at this point.
Oh, hey.
Back at the barbecue gas station with Mr. Leahy.
Mr. Leahy's like,
He's got the
Whoa,
sweet skullet.
here's your tits. I'm sorry about your tits.
Call it the pre skullet. Remember the most epic skullet ever. Farmington Walmart Midnight Worker.
Yes.
Legendary.
Yes. That and Devin Townsend before he shaved it all off.
Yes. We don't speak ill of him here.
I will.
The cool part of this is
Not the Walmart worker,
Look at the time,
Devin
Barrett. Look at the
Townsend.
time. Look at the time in the movie right now.
Oh, definitely. It's
Like, do a timestamp.
timestamp. We're at
This fucking movie's
58.
almost over, and the crazy part hasn't even fucking happened yet.
58:49.
Dude, she just got chased by a fucking psychopath in the woods, right? And then immediately after this, he's beating her in the truck. Dude.
I love the music
and
playing
then
in the
you get
background. of this.
tortured.
So this goes
Dude,
back to
this
that
lady
commercially
has no
accepted
idea
music.
what she is in store for.
Yeah, the music that they have now, it's kind of
It's like this weird
public domain shit. Back to the
creepy
radio
folk
broadcast.
country stuff.
Doing some weather.
Do we need to have
59,
a beer
22,
ready, like a
23,
full beer
24.
ready for the
No,
dinner
you
scene?
just finish what you have in front of you. It's just
Okay.
circumstantial.
Or a shot? What are we doing?
No.
Okay, just making sure.
But I will
But the
tell
hitchhiker
you,
will show up again.
Yep.
and we will do shots. 59, 43, 44, 45. We're
That's how
checking
they
out the
make Texas
barbecue.
barbecue.
Is that human?
The Texas barbecue starts to get questionable. Are those human intestines? Is that my kidney? Maybe. More at 5.
Might just be Texas barbecue.
Dude, this scene bummed me out so hard when he's like poking her.
Mm-hmm.
Like just
So
dude,
the tides
so
start
bad.
to turn here. You see a character turn throughout the film. Mr. Leahy. You thought that he had the love for
Come on, girl.
Randy and his potbelly, but turns out he's might be a part of the scheme.
Go on, girl.
Come on,
Got
hang
the
out.
tater sack and some Balin's wine. And we got one of those stoves from the 1940s
Dude, she
in the
realizes
background.
that she's
This is where she grabs the.
I love that reaction instead of just like the.
yeah. Fuck you, bitch.
Pokes her with the old broom and gives
He
her a little
hits her
slap.
with the broom.
How southern is
She had a
this
knife.
moment right now? Very southern
And the
moment.
broom fells her.
Yep. So it's just a wooden stick that he's beating her with. Oh fuck!
Man, what the hell?
I don't like that noise.
Yeah, right.
So Mr. Leahy is tying her up for a cheeseburger so he can put that in Randy's ass later.
Woo.
101, 48, 49 mark.
Dude, The last dude, it's like Hellraiser 2. The last 20 minutes of the movie is insane.
Hellraiser 2. Man, I love that you bring that
2.
up because the episode before this episode of the ATI podcast, we bring up Hellraiser 2.
Dude.
Because we cover 3 extremes from 2004.
The last 20 minutes of the movie is the craziest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, 3 extremes on that. If you listen to the episode before this
Best
of the
third
ATI
act.
podcast.
Dude, this is number 1, obviously. But
yes,
I think Hellraiser 2 might be the best, second best third act in horror. Dude, he just beats her and prods her, and then they torment her. Dude, this movie
The shit hits the fan, without question.
amazing.
The comparison
and
we
he's
make
a respected member of the community and stuff like that.
Oh my god, my truck didn't start up.
Episode 126 of the ATI podcast, we cover 3 extremes, the anthology film, and Park Chan-wook does a short called Cut. And the piano player is strung up on wire, much like the open to Hellraiser 2, When Jesus Wept. One of my favorite openings ever to a film that caused our very good friend Zach Beery to walk out of my apartment because he was so made uncomfortable by that opening.
He was done with that night. He was gone.
He
was
fucking walked out of my apartment.
Any of us noticed.
I texted him like, "What's up, dude?" I couldn't take it.
Yeah, we just thought he went outside for like a cigarette or something, but no.
Dude, that's sadistic, man.
So Mr. Leahy is now driving the truck down the road and poking his wood into
his
He's
wood
screaming.
stick.
to Sally.
Wood stick.
Yeah, that's what I said.
You said okay.
God damn, dude.
I get it.
You got you.
Yeah, I gotcha. It's fucking
A funny
deputy
fact.
dog looking face.
You guys know who Guillermo del Toro is, right?
Yeah.
One of the best, right?
Yeah.
I think we'd all agree on that.
Yes.
Agreed.
Out there. OG. Real OG. That's
Real
my
OG.
boy. Right out
Devil's
there.
Backbone.
Devil's Backbone is my favorite movie of his, but Pan's Labyrinth doesn't slouch either.
It's amazing.
Great movie.
But also
Kronos. We covered
Oh.
last year on the ATI podcast for its anniversary. Guillermo del Toro cites this movie, in particular, turning him vegetarian.
Yep.
Wow. All right.
Crazy
Agreed.
fact.
Look at this, dude. So, the last 20 minutes of this movie is like...
They just
Hitchhiker.
refer to the hitchhiker as a half-wit. We got a drink to the hitchhiker. Mr. Leahy is talking to that hitchhiker who's coming up on his family
nap-haired
home.
idiot, you would call him.
Speaking of antiquated terminology, funny enough, you guys need to watch that 1940s Batman movie
Yeah?
again. Because I saw it as a kid because my dad was a huge Batman fan. And I am a huge Batman fan.
I've watched that.
A lot of anti-Japanese shit in that.
Really?
I got sent some reels on that today. I was like, you know what? I remember that, and that's horrific. But think about all the prejudice around World War II, and we're talking about a 1940s Batman movie.
Oh, yeah.
Internment camps in America with Japanese people in it.
Big time.
Shitty stuff. Learn from our past, folks. We are big advocates here about actually fucking history. Fuck your CRT talks out there. Neocon fucks.
Out of here.
Right out.
The fuck out of here, dude. Fuck neocons.
106, 8.
Dude, this shit's
9.
about to get intense.
Mm-hmm.
It's about
This
to get
is
intense.
of the best 20 minutes of cinema
Dude,
there is.
Ever. Dude,
I know.
15 minutes.
Let's go.
Less than that.
Let's go.
Look what your brother did to the door.
So let's just keep in mind with the controversy we're about to see here.
We got the third mask coming in.
I'm coming back in. Hold on.
Is this the third or the second mask?
The third mask you will see.
No, this is the dinner
Third.
mask.
This is the mother one.
Oh,
Yeah.
the mother? Okay.
They're
There
masked.
we go. So we're starting to reveal now. We should lay this out. The hitchhiker is a part of the family. He's a part of the operation. Mr. Leahy's a part of the operation. He is barking down the monster. It appears that Leatherface takes heed or warning or direction from family members.
Oh, fuck.
Man.
It's also like
Big props to Gunnar Hansen, because so much of the ball was
Dude,
left in his
killing
court on this performance.
Yeah, dude.
Underrated. Real quickly, I
Is
gotta
that really
run this
the
in
only,
here.
like-
As the hitchhiker ties up Marilyn. Not Street. Different Marilyn. Of course, Burns.
See a knife? Get your grandpa.
There's an infamous
You
interview
go,
out there
shit.
with William Friedkin, director of Exorcist, with Toby Hooper for the 40-year anniversary tour. He sits down in front of film students. I'll
50th?
put the link 40th
Oh,
at the time.
40.
2014.
oh yeah.
William Friedkin, director of The Exorcist, sits down with Toby Hooper, director of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, to talk about the 40-year restoration. He mentions Nicholas Winding Refn, who is the director of Drive, Valhalla Rising, the Pusher trilogy,
Yeah.
Danish
Yeah.
films. Big Mads Mikkelsen user in his films typically. Only God Forgives is another one. Neon Demon.
Neon Demon.
Oh
is
wow. Yeah.
Nicholas
Yeah.
Winding Refn.
Huge. Yeah.
Great director. One of my favorites. He literally at Cannes talked about, I believe was the film festival, talked about how important Toby Hooper is, and he should have received the standing ovation that Nicholas received at the film festival. And
Grandpa.
Friedkin brought this
oh
up.
my god.
40th anniversary tour.
Grandpa.
And Friedkin had mentioned that he received an email from Refn and said that Toby Hooper basically was a god bowing to him. So if you're like a cinephile like us, and we certain directors we follow, it's important to note that Nicholas Winding Refn has a lot of reference for Toby Hooper.
Fucking right, dude.
Hell yeah.
This is insane, dude. Like,
Yeah, and we're starting to tie some shit together here, just to explicitly put that in here. We've got Grandpa. He is now established as a member of the family. He's alive. He's coming down the stairwell.
His story is pretty crazy.
the only surviving member of the hippie party. Like,
Right. We've got Marilyn Burns left Sally, the character,
Mm-hmm.
and she's next to some sort of skeleton
human lamp.
human lamp.
Pile of bones and feathers and just viscera and like the nastiest shit.
Hindsight's always 20/20, and you can look back on the like so many films that have come out since and like what they've drawn, like
Look
The
at
Bone
look at
Collector,
arm-
for
dude, look at
example.
arm movements like of Leatherface. Like, how do you direct that? Like, oh, you're a fucking dude.
Look at there's so much
Wasn't
movement
this,
right here too. 110, 35, 36, 37. Approaching 111 on the time.
Cutter, yeah, cutter.
Cut
Suck it.
Marilyn
dude. Dude,
Burns.
this shit is insane.
Oh, that
Let
was
him
a
suck her
pair.
blood, dude.
Grandpa was not a fan of the makeup.
No.
Hated this.
Oh, yeah.
It was like a 6-hour process
Oh, fuck.
with
That
putting
gag
the
is
makeup and
awful.
shooting.
Suck your finger, dude. This shit's fucking nuts.
He's got them Doc Martens on though,
Mhm.
Yeah.
looking like he was in a fucking Marilyn Manson video in the 90s. Could you imagine it being 100 degrees in that house at this time? Like, that's
No.
approximately radiant heat from the earth. It was over 100 degrees in the daytime.
Yeah.
Dry heat.
And they had to use like blackout curtains in the daytime, so it was way hotter.
Practical effects in the 70s is like, I mean, like
It's
so far
the fucking
beyond
condition.
in demand like this, like now this day and age. You know what they got, dude. You can't get. Oh my god, it's awesome.
And wasn't there like a story of like the grandpa character?
Oh yeah.
And now we are at the dinner scene, and we must finish our drinking. Boys, I'm on a 16 ounce, and I'm halfway.
What do we do? What do we do if
We
we're
gotta
out?
finish the drink.
If we're out,
You get another drink and just do what you can.
Dinner scene.
Drink, hold on.
Oh, here you got
Face
the
lamp.
straight up Ed Gein shit. The face lamp. God damn.
But no, I feel like there was like the rumor that the grandpa never took off his makeup. Like they did it like anything
That's
that
not
involved
true.
grandpa, they didn't like. It wasn't.
No, he was
Okay.
just in the makeup for longer than anybody needed to be.
Oh, okay. Oh, longer
Yeah.
than anyone needed.
Yeah, that's
to
kind
be.
of what I was hitting on earlier. Like insane periods
like
of
this
time he was
face?
in makeup.
All right.
God, dude, to the skull. See that?
Ah.
Yeah.
So go back a little bit. Actually, pause it and go back a little bit.
All right, so we were at 1:30, 21, 22, 23. Pause.
Go back 10 seconds and like.
You go
like,
back 10
put his
seconds.
face-
1:31, 14. 1:31, 20 or 13, 20. Excuse me. 24, 25, 26.
You bitch
hog.
This is where the hitchhiker refers to Leahy as just a cook. Shut your mouth.
You get a little bit of their relationship here.
Right. There's a hierarchy here that you start to establish.
Take no pleasure in killing.
Notice the placement on screen, how Grandpa's slumped down in his chair, and you look at the table and how everything's...
Face lamp is like
It's almost
so
like-
loud.
The Grandpa's head matches up with the breast that almost look
Yeah.
like, but that's a cow's hip is what that is. And I know that because I have tons of bones that I collect. And I'll show you gentlemen
Yeah.
post-viewing today.
Oh, all
But
right.
yeah, I got a bone collection myself. And in my pants right now, if you know what I'm saying. Oh, full staff.
Blowing
Oh, yeah.
it. God, dude, look at Marilyn's face. So big, so big. I love that shit,
Yeah.
man.
The close-ups.
Hey, he's
Okay,
laughing.
yeah, okay.
Leahy saw some cheeseburgers and Randy's badongadon.
Dude, there's so many fast emotions happening. Like,
Just like the still of her eyes is
big ass
amazing.
green eye, dude.
It's amazing.
God damn.
I got a
That
sucker for
shot
green
is
eyes.
so good.
God, that's good.
Gunnar Hansen also wore the same shirt as Leatherface throughout the shooting of this and
yeah.
accumulated a lot of stink
So,
and starchiness
Yeah.
to that. So,
Yeah,
like,
dude.
think of the conditions we've been talking about and everything.
There's the mother mask.
God damn. He has got the makeup on right now. This kind of speaks to the submissive nature that Gunner's playing right now as Leatherface with the mother mask.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And the makeup. The influence that the family has over Leatherface. It's something that you notice throughout the Texas Chainsaw Massacre that it is at least consistent.
yeah.
Because he's very
Family.
prodded to by his family. Like his family has a heavy influence on him.
It's always there.
Grandpa's the best.
That was the best.
Grandpa's the best.
At some point, Grandpa is a sibling of Leatherface and the Hitchhiker, too, in the pantheon of the filmography. I can't remember at which points they define that, but I mean, is it that big of a stretch? They got to
Pretty
be
big
incest.
stretch. Yeah.
They got to be incest, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, they're fucking, yeah.
I feel like,
Yeah.
honestly, like, a lot of this could be, like, Mineral Point.
Oh, I mean, we've made several comments. St. Francis
Middlebrook.
County,
Like, a lot
Iron
of this
County,
shit could be realistic and could happen.
Washington,
And that's why it is more terrifying to me.
Southern
Good
Jefferson
shit, dude.
County, South Franklin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Missouri folk know what we say.
Sorry, I had to throw that out there.
Accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
Oh,
As we get through
fuck.
some of the more brutal scenes here, we're still at the dinner party. We've got the hitchhiker dragging.
Isn't this
Sally
a drink
down the
'cause
table.
hitchhiker?
Yep.
Okay.
Let's just do it anyway. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Solid call.
We're
at the dinner
We wouldn't
set.
argue with that notion.
Of course, we're at the dinner scene, so we have to mention just like how brutal everything is at this point. We've got the stinking carcasses inside the house. Things have been shot chronologically here. It's been 120 degrees inside this house at least at various points with real dead animal
Real.
carcasses. We've got people inside of makeup for like, we're talking over 24 hours in some instances here.
Yes.
Just like crazy facts about this film. And now we're going to have her bobbing for apples while she gets the meat hammer to the head from Grandpa. And his Doc Martens.
Dude. Zoot Suit Riot.
Throw back a bottle of beer.
I always hated this.
Zoot riot.
It took too long, man. Like,
Yeah, it was just, it never stopped.
dropping the hammer, like,
Yeah.
he's too old, like.
I remember this taking a century when I was younger. When I watched it, I felt like this was like for like an hour.
Yeah.
This seems very drawn out because, I mean, come on. Let's be real. Like, how hard is it to get to hammer to the head?
It's light outside.
Now it's morning outside where it's very dark in the house. Back to that continuity comment we made earlier.
Uh-oh. There you go. Here you come.
Hitchhiker, drink.
Oh.
Oh, bada bing. Hitchhiker is chasing
Oh, here we go. Leatherface.
Sally down the road. Here comes
I'm gonna count that as a
Leatherface.
drink. Just
Best
a drink.
scene in the whole movie. Right here.
Mm.
It's the best scene in the whole movie. He's cutting her up.
Fucking iconic as shit.
He's cutting her up. Like, dude, she gets away. But Leatherface is like, yeah, man.
It's a good blade.
You cut her up. I'll chop her up.
It's a good blade.
This fucking trucker is freaked out.
Hitchhiker is hit by the truck.
Yeah, you're
Right under the wheels. That looks great.
dead. Oh no!
Dude has already killed somebody.
I feel like a lot of truckers have killed people.
Oh shit!
They killed their own dignity when they took the job.
Well, I mean, I shouldn't say that. No, they haven't. They have not. Truckers love them. My family were
We got
truckers.
old Leatherface up here doing the Michael J. Fox insignia on the side of the cab.
Oh god!
So
Oh,
the
God.
driver. What is
Oh!
Star?
was that a real one?
I don't know.
I always heard that was a rumor that was a real like wound.
Oh, the saw of the leg?
Yeah, yeah.
Nah. I don't-
Okay. So debunked.
So what I love about this movie versus other movies,
The trucker
right
runs
now,
away.
right now, this is like nothing's perfect about this,
No.
and that's real life. You know,
Yeah.
like you see a modern day movie, everything's staged, everything's
she gets
fucking
away,
framed.
she's bloody.
Yeah,
Like that's what I said at the beginning. Like when I first seen this, it was
Some psycho with a skin mask.
I could envision this happening.
21, 23, 24, 25.
The best dance.
Oh, this is amazing.
Psycho
Every
killer
bit of
Kessuke.
this.
Seriously.
Her
The best.
amazing laugh. And then the dance.
Oh, the best, dude. The dance is the best.
Oh.
I love this. With the lens flare.
7 o'clock in the morning. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
What
we
a movie.
reached
What a
the
way.
end.
Cut to black. Then we got the credits. Look at this shit. 121, 58, 59.
We still have a shot.
We have 122.04. This film is over. We're at the end credits. Let's do a shot, gents.
Yeah.
We've got a shot.
Sounds good to me.
Let's do
pour
this.
one. Hold on.
All right. We've got a shot loaded for the end of the film.
Boom,
Marcus,
Yes, sir.
Ridge. Here we go.
Fucking right,
Bing,
boys.
bang, bang, boom.
Hell yeah, brothers.
That's The Exorcist for you. Oh, my goodness. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to be right back with you on the other side. So we just officially finished our viewing of Texas Chainsaw Massacre from 1974. Gentlemen, how do we feel that it holds up present day? Because I feel like I couldn't even quantify the number of times I've seen this, at least in pieces. Full through watchings, it has to be at least on two hands.
Yeah. I mean, it's a once a year listen or once a year
Viewing.
for me.
Yeah.
For sure.
Very important film, but you're going to probably assume some bias here right now, right? Like, let's be fair.
When you talk about, like, actually terrifying scenarios, being just people who are researching, like, your grandfather's death and then stumble upon the most terrifying scenario you've ever going to have to encounter in your life. It's up there with, like, horror, like, literature. I mean, like, when it goes back to hundreds of years, you know?
Like, when I think horror, I would say, like, maybe my Mount Rushmore would be Texas Chainsaw Massacre as a movie.
Definitely.
Because it could
Top of
happen.
mind.
Yeah.
It's like one of those things like it could happen without the supernatural shit happen.
Yeah, like I feel like this has happened
Yeah.
before.
Like
And,
it could
besides,
happen,
like,
man.
the
Like
Ed
you have
Gein
these like
stuff,
these scenarios, like, you know, like Freddy is like a guy who, you know, is in your nightmares, but in real life could kill you because supernatural shit. This is not supernatural
Right.
at all. This is just these freaks
Literal.
in fucking Texas who don't like you and they'll cut you up and eat you, turn you to barbecue, and then serve you, and then they don't like who comes to their town.
Yeah.
You know, it's very real life. It's as real life as you can get.
Yeah.
Just to like round out my comment earlier, I would say that like Carpenter related films would be in my
Big time.
Mount Rushmore. I'd put H.P. Lovecraft and Edgar Allan Poe out there. So you're talking about Texas Chainsaw Massacre as a movie,
Yeah.
John Carpenter as a filmmaker, H.P. Lovecraft, and Edgar Allan Poe. That's a pretty serious Mount Rushmore right there.
Dude.
Cormac
So-
McCarthy.
Horrific versus horror, though, would be my
But, like,
argument on
personal
Cormac.
horror, though, like perception of horror, like
Well, that's where I make the delineation is
the
horrific.
amount of madness style horror that Lovecraft is, like,
Right.
to make you sort of like never like, oh, dude, like life is horror.
Absolutely.
That's sort of what TCM is. Like, it's life
Yes.
is horror. It's like,
Yes.
dude, you never known this horror. Like, you're just a fucking hippie teenager
Yeah.
or a hippie fucking person. Like, try to go skinny dip down by the fucking thing. You find a house and you're cut up. You know.
Yeah.
On the baseline, beyond what the philosophy or like the sort of like sadistic leverage that the Sawyer family holds over anybody who comes down to South Texas, finds their lair, it's still bad. They're just evil. There's no good.
Yeah, there's not a lot of redeeming qualities that you can find there without question. But the point I would make back to yours and piggyback off of you is the fact that this is rooted in realism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what
It could
makes this
happen.
different. When we talk about the H.P. Lovecrafts of the world, for example, there's a lot of like cosmic horror weaved into that, like a supernatural shit. This is very literal.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like John Carpenter, while he does the literal thing, he also delves into the more cosmic horror elements of stuff, like the surreal, if you will.
Yeah.
And I consider him to like bridge that gap as a filmmaker. So that's why I would put TCM, because it kind of weighs that meter in the realism land for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And this is a very important film. Again, even not being a homer of the film, look at Texas Chainsaw Massacre as objectively as you can. Just look at it as an independent film. Shot on 16 millimeter film. Very low budget.
Yeah.
Outdrew its budget by tenfold plus. So it's just incredible to talk about. And then the big thing we haven't even mentioned is cultural impact. We've made allusions to it in our conversation, but this has permeated pop culture without question.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Such an important film. And, you know, whenever I start to research films that we're going to do on our reviews, I look at, you know, obviously what comes out that year, and I have to limit my mind to like within 10-degree anniversaries for whatever reason. That's the way my mind works. And whenever I was looking at what came out 50 years ago for 2024, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, there was no other question. This was the film. This was the film for 1974
for a long time.
I mean, if we didn't cover this film, regardless how many times it's been covered, we would pull the credibility rug from out under us right now. You know.
And I also feel like from now on, this needs to be like a Halloween staple.
Oh, you gotta do it.
The drinking game.
Gotta do it.
Oh, this drinking game has got me in the perfect frame right now.
Yeah.
Like I'm not terrible, but
no,
I'm chilling.
Dude, it's not nuclear at all. It's like it's very doable.
Manageable.
Very doable.
Nice and limber, get the good rest in.
Got a double at E-Crow tomorrow, which, by the way, is fucking Halloween.
Hell yeah.
Halloween.
Go out to E-Crow. You'll hear this before Halloween's over, so they get a lot of special stuff going on there. We were just talking about the pop-up. Very popular.
Dude, it's fucking us up right now.
Yeah.
It's like, seriously, like, people are like all about it, and it kind of sucks.
That's incredible. Well, I mean, to be busy kind of sucks, but also at the same time in a server. Yeah.
Big shout out to fucking E-Crow, like, for being a cool bar, to have a Halloween bar.
Yeah.
You know?
You've worked on and off there for some period of time, so it has to be a decent place if you're going to invest that amount of time in your life. So, you know, if you're looking to invest in places that create environments that employees want to return to, that's definitely worth the mention. Let's get more specific. Let's pivot the conversation toward what we have going on. So we covered Texas Chainsaw Massacre here today for its 50th anniversary. And we have to pivot back to the folks that made it possible. So let's talk to Marcus. Marcus, what do we see in the horizon for you? I know that you're ubiquitous. You're very involved in many projects, particularly in the St. Louis area, and big fan of anything that you ever touch musically. You know, you're very important in my life as a musician. So let's hear about it. What do you got?
Dude, I appreciate that, man. Like, well, I'll tell you right now, like, every band I'm in, we're all doing new stuff. Path of Might has recorded a new album with Ryan Wasoba. DAYBRINGER is
great producer.
Yeah, oh, dude, great.
He's the man.
Like, dude, he's the man.
So Many Dynamos, if you like them, which was a very important band to me in the St. Louis music scene, one of the best. And Ryan Wasoba is the mastermind.
Yeah.
On that.
So Path of Might has a new album that's going to be done with him very soon. DAYBRINGER has written a new album. We're almost there. We're like probably like 85% done.
Nice.
That's going to be coming out. And then Fister is done with our album. We're just waiting for the mix.
Have you guys handed that off to anybody officially?
We're labeled this right now. Like, we're like just kind of like going to play shows and just do like, I don't know, man. Like, we're just up in the air right now.
When the iron strikes, maybe hit up those relationships.
Yeah.
That will yield the best results for you guys.
Well, I mean, we're ready for it. Like we're not slowing down by any means. The new album's done. Like, it's very mean, very heavy. For us, like, probably, I'm very happy with all the material is like very focused, like very fucking heavy as fuck.
At this point, you guys have officially been a band for at least 15 years, right?
Yeah.
Fister?
Yeah.
One thing that I love about Fister is the fact that it's the same band from its inception to what it is present day.
Yeah.
While you guys progress as musicians and the music that you release and the execution of that music, it's very clearly the same people performing the parts.
Yeah.
You know? So to me, that I have more respect for that type of shit that I see.
Well, dude, I appreciate that. Yeah.
You know, it's one thing to be a good musician and to execute your parts, but to like see that progression, particularly over 15 years, you guys are definitely setting a high bar, and especially in the Midwest music scene, in my opinion.
Oh, dude, we write music for the reason that like it's just trying to be heavy. Like,
yeah.
I love rock and roll. Rock and roll is the biggest part of why Fister's even a band. Like, I'm just trying to fucking write heavy ass riffs and go from there. That's it, man.
Yeah.
There's like no other like stance for me. Just fucking be heavy.
I think a lot of people like lose out on how simple music can be sometimes, and it's all about, this is an overgeneralization right now, but hooks. Dude, if you know, like, you're gonna write heavy stuff and hooks,
you said it.
Like, that is your calling card. Like, that's your ace of spades in this situation. It's like, we write heavy shit.
Yeah.
You know, we've got this riff.
The new round of stuff we're writing right now is like kind of centralizing on like actual dismal heavy shit. Yeah. Like every song subject is like just nothing but negative.
Yeah.
Like dude, there's nothing positive going on. Like it's the nastiest
Thank
shit.
Thank you. I need that.
It's fucking great. You guys played down at Spectrum Record Lounge in Cape Girardeau.
Played the first half of our record that night.
Yeah, and it was the most like I've loved your bands forever and loved Fister. That. And then hearing the new material, it was amazing.
So really excited about what's happening in the future for Fister in particular. Let's pivot over to Waxing On with R&J. What do we have going on with Waxing On with R&J, Ridge, for the rest of the year?
Pretty much most of our regular episodes that we do. We're going to have a big episode coming up pretty soon because October has been an insane month with releases. We are going to have a lot of records to show off and this and that. And it's going to be pretty cool.
What I like about what you guys do in October, usually you have some elemental of Halloween-related listenings. I think you guys are going to touch on that outside of just the normal, like, new releases, right? So last year you guys featured things like Misfits, for example, was a part of the listening for Halloween time. I know that's a big listening for me in the fall. Is Misfits is always in the rotation. A little bit of Typo Negative for me.
Halloween action.
Yeah, we're gonna have some Halloween albums must-haves that we have to spin around that time of year. But yeah, it's gonna be some of that stuff and everything.
Maybe November is like regular format, and then December is our big collab that we always do every year, and that's our albums of the year.
Yeah, but then before that, we do Record Store Day, Black Friday.
Sure.
Yeah. Episode on that. I think we're planning this year to go to Planet Score. Record Space always has like killer deals.
Circa Now Records also is pretty cool.
Circa Now? Oh. Yeah. Well, I'll add that on.
Add it on, dude. Circa Now Records on Grand is awesome.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, they're friends of the family, dude.
I think that may have been a shop I passed by and I was like, I feel like that was a record store.
Ray, who plays with Path of Might, that's like some I think they're friends of all of the guys from Path of Might, but like, yeah, Circa Now Records and Grand, yeah, they're fucking sick. Shout out Circa Now Records.
Yeah, hell yeah. We like to support a lot of St. Louis stuff, but I also like to promote one of my favorite record stores that I go to frequently, and that's Spectrum Record Lounge in Cape Girardeau, Missouri.
Hell yeah.
Fantastic store.
Great
awesome people. Love y'all. And
Travis and Parker, shots out.
Fucking treated us like Van Halen, dude.
Yeah, Travis and Parker.
Couldn't even imagine the hospitality.
Yeah, we had a great episode with them back last year.
If you live in Cape Girardeau and you want to buy records and also want to drink alcohol,
the place.
Go to Spectrum Record Lounge.
The place.
Do yourself a favor.
Just a short jaunt down to the riverfront.
Go down Broadway, get high, buy a record,
spot.
Eat some food there.
Burritoville, or what's the pizza place? A lot of great spots to eat, drink.
Pizza and records. Do yourself a favor.
But you can't go wrong
on the river, man. You can't fucking
Spectrum.
You Cannot do a better thing on the river than eating some pizza and getting a record at Spectrum Record Lounge.
So yeah, we got a big year-end episode coming up with the ATI podcast and Waxing On with R&J. December. We always record our albums of the year. And boy, do we have quite the collective coming at you this year with our various picks.
This is horrible.
Yeah, this is a hard year.
This year's hard.
Hard year.
Well, guess what? The Fister record, the Daybringer record, and Path record will all be out next year.
Oh, well.
It'll be easy for you guys get that stress. It'll be easy next year for you guys.
But seriously, the new Fister material is absolutely astounding.
Thank you, man.
Fucking great.
We're trying.
Had the benefit of seeing some of that live.
Seeing it at Spectrum, even it added something like a different element to it.
We don't ever play songs that aren't recorded before we play them live. That is a first for us. We did it this year, and it was to a lot of esteem, and I'm pretty fucking stoked to do that now. We've a lot of our band is you got to map it all out, record it, make sure it's out there for everybody. Yeah, we did not do that.
What better poster do you have than play it out in front of people, though?
Parker, fucking Travis, love them.
Solid dudes. Loose dudes, in fact.
Loose
dudes.
fellows.
Convention.
I missed the last Loose Dudes convention. I should have won it.
What a loser!
Don't be loser, dude. Be loose.
Be loose.
Yeah, but it's like an
you can be loose for that
half
loser.
Drive for me.
We all know the struggle for real.
Right.
So this was episode 127. Let's talk about what we've done for October in a horror theme month of podcasting here on the Manic Compression Group. 123 was dedicated to In the Mouth of Madness with Andy Triefenbach of Destroy the Brain. We also covered on 124 the upcoming album from Squint celebrating Big Hand. Big Hand's going to be out actually October 25th. Please, if you like melodic hardcore music, Squint from St. Louis, these guys are doing it. Yeah. Brendan, friend of the show, great guy, was our Lord of Illusions themed episode for October in our horror programming. 125 was dedicated, we mentioned it during the viewing, that is Doug Wicker of Search Party Pictures, covering The Guest for its 10-year anniversary. 126 covered the wonderful anthology film Three Extremes from multicultural directors. We had directors from Hong Kong. We had directors from South Korea. Ooh. We had directors from Japan. Some of the best directors doing it.
So Asian, basically.
Yes, multi-Asian cultural event.
Hell yeah.
100%.
It's a must-see.
I love it.
We had Eli LaChance from Nocturne Books, a first-time guest of the ATI podcast. And we had Danny King, brother now of ours, Ridge. He's a part of our podcast network.
You're one of us now.
Absolutely. It's Just Two Movies is one of the best podcasts out there right now, and I put them up against anybody in the field. So much fun. Good times, drinks, laughs. If you want a good time, check out It's Just Two Movies. But we covered Three Extremes for its 20th year anniversary. Today we talked about Texas Chainsaw Massacre for 127 of the ATI podcast. We did a watch-along, of course. You're here, you're listening to us. You know what happened.
Yeah.
And we are going to hit 128. Our next episode is going to be a retrospective on A Nightmare on Elm Street for its 40th anniversary. Guys, this might be my favorite horror movie of all time, at least second, I will say. Exorcist probably takes the cake over this for me.
Ooh. Yeah.
But A Nightmare on Elm Street is my personal second favorite horror movie of all times. And so we're going to do a deep dive on that, a retrospective, and that might be the longest episode yet of this Halloween season.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, get it.
It is absolutely a wonderful film. I can't wait to
listen to it.
Absolutely. I appreciate that. So that's what we have going on the ATI podcast. We've talked about what Marcus has going on. Marcus, thank you so much for your time here.
Dude, you know what?
Wonderful man. We love you. We've known you for over 20 years.
I'm in there.
It's weird to say that right now.
I mean, fuck, dude.
Time is time, right? But
I love it, man.
But goddamn, son, what a man.
Yeah,
we love you.
I love you, boys. You're great. You're great. You're not boys. You're men.
We love you.
We are.
You're boys to men.
The boys are the boys. at the end of the day.
Yeah,
right?
pretty much.
My favorite people. I love it. Yeah, I love it so much. I fucking love it down here. I love the opportunity to do this. It makes me so happy to come down here and like you guys give a shit about what I got to talk about.
Absolutely.
And dude, it's awesome, man. It's fucking great. Love it.
Be sure to check out Waxing On with R&J, of course.
Yep.
You guys
Subscribe,
know this,
like,
man? Absolutely. Subscribe,
smash
like,
that shit.
Make it
Fuck
happen.
that shit. Make love to that shit. Make that shit come.
The
dude.
littlest thing that you do means a lot to us. So
exactly.
we appreciate
engagement.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, as always, we want you folks to be safe out there. So, take care. We'll see you next time.
Glory hole. Have you ever seen the Texas Chainsaw Massacre porn before?
Yeah.
Well, the sad's going to play first because I'm cheap and I got the free version.
That we just ended up watching that.
All right, we got down.
Tricked you guys, dude.
We fucked you up.
That's the ultimate prank for any like watch along. It's like we're gonna watch 12 Angry Men, 12 Angry Horny Men.
Or like Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, but it's like that weird, creepy old porn cartoon. You ever seen that?
Or like that one that has that's like the pterodactyls fucking the chick. You see that GIF image of that?
Yeah. Dude, we used to get on E-fucked all the time at parties.
Oh,
man,
dude.
It's terrible.
Man, that's shaped a lot of what like makes us laugh these days, and why
Yeah.
our filters are. This is why we think this movie is cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, hey, that movie about that guy brutally destroying people with chainsaws and meat hooks and cannibalistic family. We're making chili out of humans. That's funny, and
That's
also
just a Sunday
award-winning
afternoon
chili,
romp
too.
for us.
it's a terrible day for them.
Yeah. I remember Brandon's first wife. Whenever we showed her E-fucked.
Oh, dude, also having women that are still with you after you subject them to that is like pretty fucking something.
She took my laptop. Like, we continued to party throughout the night. She took my laptop and went in the kitchen and sat down at the kitchen table and just continued to watch E-fucked for the rest of the night by herself. While everybody else fucking just... I drank a case of beer, probably smoked 2 joints that night. You know, we were all partying.
Watching people get beheaded.
Yeah.
And
She's just in the background on E-fucked.
Jesus
Just
Christ.
chilling out. Oh, lovely memories. Hey there, this is Barrett from the ATI Podcast here to talk about what we have going on the ATI Podcast Network. First, we'll start with Waxing On with R&J. The format of Waxing On with R&J is audible selections made exclusively by our hosts and brothers, Ridge Jackson and Jake Jackson. Waxing On with R&J is sure to tickle your inner eardrums with some of the most vile tones you've ever encountered, and conversely, ear candy with pop melodies, focusing on spotlighting underground and rising artists. Waxing On with R&J is another outlet of the ATI podcast community to bring awareness to many musicians' craft. Also found on the ATI Podcast Network, Nod Narb's Closet, hosted by Brandon Stewart of Edos Inn. Nod Narb's Closet is a wing of the ATI podcast programming that delves into the world of roleplay games, miniature painting, diorama making, occasional pro wrestling match watch-alongs, providing commentary with a dash of jocularity and satire, and much, much more. Of course, leading the pack is the ATI Podcast. On the ATI Podcast, we episodically invite guests onto our show to spotlight their talents, whether that's musicians, filmmakers, artists, actors, businesses, even athletes. Nothing is off the table. The focus of the ATI Podcast and its collective creative arms, whether that's waxing on with R and J, or Nod Nard's Closet is to bring awareness and focus to people's talents. Be sure to follow us across all traditional podcasting platforms, and for the full experience, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just search the ATI Podcast. Stay safe out there.